We are rolling. And you and I...
Oh, yeah.
You and I are having a drink.
Having a drink.
To friends.
To friends.
Can we turn me down a little bit?
Yeah. Let me turn Paul off.
No.
I think you are number one. How's that? Is that better?
Check.
You were saying, on...
Oh, my God. Woo! Wow! Oh, my God! Whoa, man! That will put hair on your chest. Justin gave me a drink tonight, and, woo! Man!
I made it Justin style.
Welcome to the Countdown Movie Show, where we count down to the greatest sequels of our favorite movies.
No, we don't. We count down the sequels.
Well, I mean, to the greatest.
We count down all of them.
The greatest
Not
sequels.
Always the greatest ones.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair. But from Star Wars to Ghostbusters to Indiana Jones. I mean,
all of franchises. Deadpool, Avatar.
All of these. Yeah, it's so great.
But not all great movies.
I mean, that's very true. That's very, very true. Yeah. I'm Sean Blodgett of Creative Motion Entertainment.
Paul Preston of the Movie Guys.
And Justin Bowler of The World.
And the streak of bad movies ends today. Not that the last few were bad. Yeah, but I can guarantee you today's is great. As much as I was talking about bad sequels, not today.
Not today. No way.
I agree. And there are some good movies out right now. Of course, we are counting down to Spider-Man Brand New Day. Today, we're going to be talking about Spider-Man No Way Home, which I think maybe some people in this group's favorite Spider-Man movie.
We'll figure it out.
I know we'll get to that, but I just, planting little excitement seeds.
They didn't put home in the title of the new one. It's enough with the home. That's
No, it should have been called Brand New Home.
No.
We covered this in another episode. No. I still like Spider-Man Home Depot, which Spider-Man Home Decor. Any of those would be all right.
I got a couple of questions for you. We'll dive into Spider-Man, but we always take like 45 minutes ahead of time to talk about that.
We always say before we get started, that's because we never get started.
I literally have
that time. That time just happens anyway.
I literally have something I want to do between now and then. I want to say, tell me something that you've watched since we last talked. That was awesome.
I saw the best film of the year so far.
What did you see?
The Invite.
Yeah.
Directed by Olivia Wilde, starring Olivia Wilde and Seth Rogen, Edward Norton, and Penelope Cruz. And that's it. It's like a chamber piece, like Carnage or something. It all takes place in one party where
I was going to say it's like one space, right?
Correct.
Yeah, because I haven't seen it yet, but yeah, I've read some articles about it. So
yeah, there's a couple shots outside of this, but mainly in this apartment where one couple's invited over another. That's it. That's all you need to know. Go see it. It is a riot and it is crazy and it's awesome. Script is great, performances are top notch, and the direction is outstanding, including working with the DP to shoot in such a confined space. They do great stuff. So it's a great film.
It makes me want to do a deep dive on how they did all that.
Yeah, I heard about it from having a great festival run, but you never know. But yeah, it's great.
The Invite. Dynamite.
Project Hail Mary was my number one until then for the year. Now that is number one.
Okay. I like that it's a piece about people.
Totally.
I'm a fan of these like obscure stories and obscure films sometimes that come up, and I'm like, and I don't get to see them all the time, but when I do, I'm like, this was fun. It felt artsy and it felt personal. And
I know. Why do they make so many sequels, guys?
I know. And then there's like podcasts that celebrate them, like the Countdown.
What'd you see?
Well, speaking of big movies, of course, I did go see Supergirl.
Yes.
And I saw it with my wife, and we don't always get to go to the movies together, but we escaped and went to the movies on this one, and we had the greatest time.
I love it.
I loved the film. I loved the performances. I thought it was a great script. I thought it was a great film. I liked it more than the newest Superman movie.
Wow. Okay.
I not that I didn't like the newest Superman movie.
That's high praise.
It was really, really nice to see something different, to see a story that I had never seen. I mean, I don't really know the Supergirl story super well, and so I was watching it, and I know a lot of people are calling it, Supergirldians of the galaxy,
It's a space adventure. I love
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
I loved everything about that. And it's funny because years ago when I first saw Guardians of the Galaxy, I enjoyed that movie so much, and I remember thinking to myself, and this is going to sound sacrilege because I'm such a big fan, but I was like, do I need Star Wars anymore?
Because you have mentioned that on this podcast.
Yeah,
Yes.
because I enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy so much, and it had superheroes. So I was like, this has everything.
Yeah.
You know, and sure as heck, Supergirl delivered on that front as well. And on top of it, made it a deeper story than just a superhero story.
Yeah.
You know, aside from the personal journey that she's going through that is very complicated and tragic and painful, and she's really trying to figure out how she fits in this universe. They also throw in this subplot about human trafficking.
Yeah.
And it's like, holy moly, this is amazing. And I don't write a lot of social media posts for myself because I do a lot of work in social media, and also that's my personal thing, whatever. But I was so fired up about, I happened to come across an article that was basically slamming Supergirl and saying, well, here's another DC flop. And my fear was that they were going to start again blaming that, well, it's a female superhero, and you know, it's gonna be this sexist kind of thing. And I was like, no, I'm gonna say something. And so I just wrote this post that was just like, you know, these movies are important. You know, as the father to a daughter, I feel very strongly that I want my daughter to continue to see strong female heroes on the screen that are complex, that aren't just, isn't that cool? They kicked butt and they had a cool song, and isn't that great? Yay. There's a lot more going on with this character than that. And I think that needs to be celebrated. And Paul and I were talking before we started, you know, it also makes me question, I really want to know what the marketing budget was for Supergirl, because as we've been diving deeper into this, and you know, with some of the additional research, these marketing budgets are starting to come up, and some of the ones that I see are ridiculous. The one we just had with the movie we just did, what was it, like 160 million was the marketing budget?
Yeah.
160 million just for marketing.
Yeah.
And it makes me go, well, how much money marketing wise did you put into Supergirl?
Right.
You know? And so anyway, but
$6.
But yeah, right.
$6.
But I love the movie. I thought it was a lot of fun. I had a great time with my wife, and we enjoyed it. I cried a couple of times because I thought it was so lovely. I think they made a heartfelt story, and it was beautiful.
I liked it. Didn't like it as much as Superman, but I liked it. It's funny that you say that, because there are people who are just like, oh, it's a female lead, so it's obviously going to fail. I don't feel that way, because I think it is a good movie. But I also don't want to get flack from the other side, because there are other people that are out there. Oh, well, you know, you're a white guy. What do you know? You just want the movie you just want to be a hater. No, I really like the movie. I don't think it's perfect though.
Yeah.
I thought there was too much drama, to tell you the truth. I was like, okay, we're going to stop our story and do this, and then a few minutes later, we're going to stop our story and do this.
For just 1 second. What do you feel that they stopped? Like, when did the story stop for you? And they're like, okay, we're going to do this.
Funeral scene. Funeral scene was really the one where I went, okay, now we're getting all this backstory.
But the funeral scene is,
and funeral scene. And now we're picking up crypto, and we're just lingering too much. I was like, can we get back to our story? I felt like there were a few times where it was just a little bit too long.
I mean, I felt like that was, just on the opposite side of that. I felt like that was necessary, because we don't know this character like we know Superman. So and because the story does revolve so much around crypto, I feel like we needed to understand what what that moment was.
I just felt like it was all too slow in those moments.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, I see that argument. I'm not on the same page, but I see that argument. I hear you. Yeah.
Pick up the pace.
Yeah, I got you. Well, I mean, all of these sound great. And today, Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yeah.
Right?
I can't imagine you had pacing problems with this one. It comes out of the gate like a cannon.
Oh my God.
It's great.
Like a cannon.
I will say it is a long film, though.
It is.
It is a long
2.5
film.
hours.
Yeah.
I watched this. I started it at like 11 p.m. and I was just like, boom, done.
So I have to reveal something to you guys, and we can talk about whatever. But I I sort of cheated on you guys today.
Uh-oh.
And I'm just going to be honest about it. My son has been wanting to be on this show and talk about Spider-Man, and we haven't had a chance to have him on. So today, in order to prepare for this show...
Let's bring him in.
Let's bring him in.
I love that. In order to prepare for this show...
Dad! Oh, Dad!
There's pizza in the kitchen.
I watched No Way Home with him. And then we recorded together. Now, my original intention was that we were just going to record a little segment. We talked for 35 minutes. And so I'm gonna throw it out there as a bonus episode.
I think that's a great idea.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. I thought you were going to say the three of us should listen to it now.
No, I maybe that's what I detected on your face. It's like, oh my, we're gonna. I mean, I love Sean. Okay, all right.
Yeah, we need we need to make it a bonus episode because I need to know any good things you say today if they actually came from him or not.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm sure.
I
I'm
want
sure.
you to be clever, and then it's like, well, he's just ripping off his kid.
Here's the thing. Like, I would love to do stuff like that with my children, but I'm forcing them to watch the MCU movies in order.
Of release.
In release order, yes. None of this, Captain America was first because it took place in the... No, none of that.
Are you really?
We are watching them in release order.
Oh, my God. And you won't let them jump around even if they're like, but Dad, I really want to see Ant-Man.
And it's funny,
and you're
we just went on vacation, and they wanted to see it. We just went on vacation, and while on vacation, my 9-year-old... is now 2 movies ahead of my 11-year-old because he watched all of Guardians. Incidentally, we had all watched Guardians before, but I said, you have to watch it again.
Right.
So we watched all of Guardians and he watched all of Age of Ultron. And I'm sitting there and I'm watching them with him. And first off, Guardians, I've said this for the longest time. It is not a perfect movie. I think there are problems with that script, but...
The first Guardians?
Yes. Hold on. Don't judge me yet. But...
I'm not.
That movie...
I just was asking.
Every single character is so well written and so well portrayed, and it just looks like everyone on set was having a fantastic time.
Right.
You cannot help but love that movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then also Ultron, which... I think I've seen once before, I watched this time and went, this is a much better film than I was giving it credit for.
This is Avengers Age of Ultron.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's much
That's
better.
The one with like Sokovia and the whole...
It is, but it really starts the edginess of Robert Downey Jr. being like, I know better than the rest of you. He doesn't. But you saw it a little bit in Iron Man 3 where he's like, no, I think I'm smarter than everyone else and I've got better ideas than everyone else. And if I say we're going to do something, we should do it. And it gets him in trouble. And it was like, I ended up appreciating the movie more so this time around. Is it a chapter that you have to get to between things? Yes. Full of lots of important information. Is it a great movie? I'm still going to stand by. It's better than I thought. I don't think it's great, but they did go out of their way to make that movie a great movie. The opening fight sequence has so many splash pictures in it that are great.
Is that the one where they do the Thor hammer bit?
Yes.
I do love that bit.
Yeah.
Especially because Cap moves it a little bit and the look on Hemsworth's face
sees it.
It's just like...
And
like he just has this look and it's so honest. I love that moment.
What was fantastic about that is that my boys don't know what's coming. And they've said, can anyone else lift up Thor's hammer? And I was like, no, they can't. And then my 9-year-old saw it. And it's funny because even in watching it, now we're not watching it on a big screen. We're watching it on on an iPad, actually.
Right.
On the plane. And when I say it moves a little, it is... They did not let this thing move much at all. It is, I mean, a millimeter, but it does move. But it is such a small movement.
Yeah.
That it's just like, even he got this big smile on his face and he looked at me and I said, that's pretty cool. Not giving anything away.
I love it.
Anyway.
I love it. Well, as always, we like to start our whole chat about the movies with
either a long
synopsis.
or a small synopsis.
So I've got a synopsis for us. Here we go. All right. After Quentin Beck, Jake Gyllenhaal, frames Peter Parker, Tom Holland, for murder and reveals his identity as Spider-Man, Parker, his girlfriend Michelle MJ Jones Watson Zendaya, best friend Ned Leeds, Jacob bad one, and Aunt May, Marissa Tomei, are interrogated by the Department of Damage Control. Quentin is hailed as an interdimensional warrior who sacrificed himself to protect the planet. Happy and May broke up. J. Jonah Jameson, J.K. Simmons, leads the public trial against Spider-Man and builds a negative image of him. Peter explains to...
wait a minute. So this is the first...
Nick Fury.
This is the first, like, 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes, this is going to be a long
He is
synopsis.
told that Nick Fury has been off planet for the entire year.
Go.
I have 3 synopses at my fingertips, and all of them are already
just
shorter
keep-
than this.
Lawyer Matt Murdock, Charlie Cox, gets Parker's charges dropped, but the group grapples with negative I can't even get there.
Oh my god! You looked for the longest synopsis you could find. How about this one? It's 2 sentences. With Spider-Man's identity now revealed, Peter asks Doctor Strange for help. When the spell goes wrong, dangerous foes from other worlds start to appear.
I mean, we can go with
Fascinating.
that. Yeah, that's interesting. I feel like that's...
Fascinating.
I'm just going to say that is not a synopsis. That is called a log line, just to be clear.
Fair.
That is too
Fair.
much. Let them sum up.
Would you like something slightly longer? This has 2 extra sentences.
Since Peter's home is under 24/7 media coverage, May and Peter shift to Happy's apartment. The world is equally divided between fans and protesters of Spider-Man. Eugene tries to cash in on Mania by claiming to be Peter's best friend and even publishes a book. After Parker, MJ, and Ned's MIT applications are rejected, the trio were also rejected. Never mind. All right, forget it.
What? I was giving you some, a little bed.
We're only in paragraph 2. There's 14. No.
Released December 17th, 2021. Budget $200 million. Opening weekend $260 million domestically.
People were ready to go back to the movies.
Oh, yeah, they
Wow.
were. Yeah, they were. Now remember, this is pandemic time, people. $600 million in its opening weekend worldwide. $600 million.
That's crazy.
It is
But
insane.
you know what? I think that as great as the movie is, and as much as it deserves that, and it does, what bothers me about these numbers is again and again we hear these numbers, and then the studios get it, right?
Yeah.
And then they start expecting it.
Oh, yeah.
And so it's like when they don't get it, it's like, well, that's a flop.
Right.
And it's like, well, did you notice that you still made a lot of money and you're still going to make streaming money? Like, this is still going to do well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Anyway, also, speaking of marketing budgets, you want to hear the marketing
Yes,
and
please.
print and advertising budget is estimated at $200 million.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, that's just...
Oh, and these are all movies I know are coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Invite needs $200 million budget
Right,
for marketing,
right.
so everyone can know about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Crazy. All right, what else you got?
Domestic, it ended up making $392 million total. Isn't that funny? $260 million in its opening weekend, but then $392 total for the rest of its run.
That's
domestically.
interesting.
Wow.
But also remember, this is pandemic.
Right.
I saw this at a drive-in.
You did?
I didn't see this. Did you see it in a theater?
I did.
I think I did.
Okay. I did not.
Yeah.
I saw it in a drive-in.
We might have gone with the whole family, when they were opening things and masks and all of that
Yeah.
craziness. Yeah.
Worldwide, international, 740 million. Worldwide total, $1.132 billion.
It is well deserved. It is a movie that is not only epic, but has so much relational callbacks
Oh, yeah.
to things that are
Yes.
nostalgic and wonderful, and still play to new audiences who maybe don't know those references as well. And it fires on all cylinders in terms of that.
Yeah.
By the way, there is one line in there that I noticed today. My son and I were talking about it that they do get, in my opinion, they get wrong.
Oh.
And it's in the scene with the 3 Spider-Man Peter Parkers. They're all doing their stuff, and Ned comes up to Tobey Maguire, Peter Parker, and says, do you have a best friend? Because he's looking to see if there's other Neds, right?
Yeah.
And he says, yeah, he died in my arms after we fought. And that's not true. That's not how he died. He actually fought beside him.
Yeah.
And then he died from actually helping protect him. So that was a line they got wrong, which I was actually kind of surprised.
Maybe they meant after we fought, as in fought together.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I mean, absolutely. That's not wrong. Yeah.
I mean, that may be. Maybe
He
it's
just muttered off after we fought, the bad guys.
Tobey Maguire is famous for muttering.
Yeah.
It's like the Ryan Gosling thing at so many movies, like one of his little tricks as an actor, which is brilliant. But he does it in so many movies, is he will finish a line. There's no visual here, so people can't see what I'm doing, but he finishes a line and then he starts to say something else that would come after that line, but there's no line that's written there. So he obviously doesn't. And then the next person starts speaking, but it's something that he does in a ton of his movies.
Oh, that's
Really?
interesting.
Yeah.
I actually really like that. I mean,
as an actor, it's a great tool.
It's a great tool. Well, it's also interesting too because in acting school, like when you have like the dash or the ellipsis or whatever, like we were always taught like finish the sentence, like you can write in the rest of it. Let someone like this the other actor's job to cut you off, like but as the character, you should know what you were going to be saying there. And but some actors don't do that. They just. Are you going to say your line?
Like Tobey Maguire.
Like Tobey Maguire. Just
After
like,
we fought. Murder.
It's interesting that this film picks up like literally right where the other one left off.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, it's like seconds later.
Yeah.
I love that so much. I mean, I think it's fun. It's kind of dangerous. And like the bit with him swinging her is just that never stops being hilarious.
No, awesome.
And then when he swings up on the top of the scaffolding of the building that's being made, and they're on like just the metal part, and he's talking to the other folks, he's like, dude, and then she's like, dude, and he's like, I'm on. He's like, oh God, sorry, I forgot.
Spider-Man broke the record for domestic grossing movies. Okay. I want you to put these 5 movies in order domestically. What did they make? I'm going to give you 5 choices. You put them in order of 1 through 5 domestically.
Just not all time, but because these aren't the top 5. These are
the all-time domestic.
But these are the top 5, or these are just 5 you pulled in which is higher than the other?
These are the top 5. These are the top 5.
Top 5.
Yes.
Okay, top 5.
So I'm not going to throw in something like The Three Amigos.
I mean, you could, but you're not going to do it.
It would be number 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So your 5 movies are obviously Spider-Man: No Way Home,
Okay.
Avatar, Avengers, Top Gun: Maverick, and The Force Awakens.
Okay, wait. We're supposed to put these in order
Of 1 through
highest?
5, yes. Domestic.
Oh boy, the domestic is throwing me.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Say it one more time.
No Way Home, and Avatar. Okay, the original. Endgame.
Oh, Endgame.
Okay,
Top
so I
Gun:
think
Maverick.
Endgame is top.
Top Gun: Maverick, and The Force Awakens. Okay, so go ahead.
I think Endgame is 1.
You think Endgame is number 1?
See, that's the thing. These 2 movies are trading off number 1, and when they re-release Endgame before Doomsday, it'll retake
Is
the
it
top
Avatar,
spot. But
the
I don't know.
original?
But I don't know if it's worldwide or not.
Right. No, he said domestic.
I know,
We're
but I
only
don't know
doing
where
domestic.
they win over the other.
I'm gonna go with Endgame.
It's number 1.
Yeah.
Domestically, I'm going to go with Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
You are
Interesting.
correct. Number 1 is Star Wars: Force Awakens. You got 4 more.
I should have got that one. That should have been mine.
Right, but you didn't.
I mean, that's clear, Justin.
So we have an Avatar, a Top Gun: Maverick, Spider-Man: No Way Home, and Endgame.
Now,
Playing
you
for
told us
2
what
through 5.
Spider-Man: No Way Home made, and it was 600. No, it was
Domestic-
370.
Yeah, domestically, yes. Would you like to know what Force Awakens domestically made? Since you already got it, $937 million.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
$937 million domestically.
Yes.
By the way, the one that you guys hate, The Last Jedi, is actually the biggest box office.
I don't think so.
I think it is. I think it's the biggest of the Star Wars.
I don't know. Maybe.
Are you talking about worldwide? Because didn't we just?
I think it's worldwide. I think it's worldwide.
I mean, it's not domestically, or
not
else I'd have that
not
right
domestically, because it's over $1 billion worldwide.
All right, I think number 5 is Spider-Man: No Way Home.
here. That's what you think is number 5?
Oh, wait,
Yes.
you're jumping to number 5. You're not doing 2?
Yeah, you guys can pick them as you want to go.
Okay, number
Pick
5.
one and pick a number. You've
Yeah,
got 2 through 5.
I'll go. Wait, what do we have left? We have Endgame, No Way Home, Avatar.
And
Maverick.
Maverick.
Ooh, I'm gonna go Maverick number 3.
You are both incorrect.
Damn it!
All right, then Maverick's number 5.
I'm gonna go Maverick number 2.
Maverick is number 5.
Okay.
Damn
All
it.
right, so Sean's on the board
Terrible
with
at
2 of
these
these.
games. I don't know why I even
You
play.
have No Way Home, Endgame, and Avatar.
All right.
2, 3, and 4.
No Way Home. Then if it's not 5, then it's 4.
Okay, Avatar 2.
Avatar 2 is not one of our choices.
What?
Oh, Avatar as number 2.
Yeah.
I thought you meant Avatar 2. I'm like, no.
Wait, I'll pick Endgame as number 2, just so we have a game here.
Endgame is number 2.
Damn it!
Pretty good.
All right, so you got No Way Home, and you have Avatar for spots 3 and 4.
All right, so here's what I got.
Avatar 3.
1, Force Awakens. 2, Endgame. 3, Avatar. 4, Spider-Man No Way Home. 5, Top Gun Maverick.
I'm gonna go with that exact list.
That is incorrect.
Damn it!
Spider-Man No Way Home beat out Avatar domestically.
No kidding.
Remember, so we said that's the magic of the Avatar movies, is that everybody else on the planet goes crazy for these. We think they're good movies, but everyone goes nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Force Awakens, Endgame, No Way Home, Avatar, and Top Gun Maverick. Isn't
shocking.
it crazy that, by the way, 4 of the 5 of those sequels?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
All right,
is crazy.
I've got another one for you. The fastest to $1 billion. Yeah, there is a tie in here. Your choices are Endgame, Force Awakens, No Way Home, Jurassic World, and Infinity War.
I'm gonna go Force Awakens.
The fastest to $1 billion.
I'll switch it up. Say Endgame.
Endgame is number 1. All right, he's on the board.
That seems surprising considering the
Fastest
fact that it was. Didn't you say the domestic was 900 and something?
This is the fastest to $1 billion, though. So think about pre-sale tickets. How many people
this
were
is the-
looking forward to Endgame?
This is the totality of IC. Got it.
Yeah, this isn't just domestic. This is worldwide. Fastest to $1 billion.
Yeah.
Endgame is number 1. You have No Way Home, Force Awakens, Infinity War, and Jurassic World. 2 through 5.
Wait, are we guessing what's happening?
Yes, you're trying to go 2 through 5. Same thing as last time. But this
it's
is
the same
fastest to
thing.
$1 billion.
Oh, okay. It's
The
a whole
first-
other game.
yeah.
I thought it was just one answer.
No. Do you listen to the show?
No, not at all.
As you're doing it?
Maybe we do need to turn the light on. This alcohol is getting to me. I don't know what's happening. Wait, what are the choices again?
Endgame is number 1. We have Jurassic World, No Way Home, Force Awakens, and Infinity War. We have to name 2 through 5.
This is worldwide.
Worldwide, fastest to $1 billion worldwide.
Number 2, I will go with Jurassic World. That made more money than it should have.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
You're both incorrect. Number 2 is Infinity War.
I'll learn you to go with me.
Avengers Endgame was 5 days. 5 days.
5 days to $1 billion?
5 days. Infinity War, 11 days. All right, so you got Force
Okay, what do we
Awakens,
have
Jurassic.
left? Because I'm a visual learner, I gotta write these down. This is driving me crazy. I can't think of these things. You gave me alcohol. There's just too much going on.
So, out of 10 things that we've talked about, we're finally down to the last 3, and just now you're writing things down.
Well, it takes a minute to learn things.
You know you're speaking into the side of the microphone right now. Okay.
All right.
All right, last 3. Force Awakens, Jurassic World, and No Way Home. Fastest to $1 billion worldwide. By the way,
I'm gonna go
I actually say 3 through 5. That's not true. It's actually just 3 and 4 because there is a tie.
Oh. Well, I would say
Well-
I would go with Force Awakens at number 3 spot.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that too.
Is that the tie?
Oh, I thought you were saying the tie. I thought you said the tie was
Oh.
in the 4 spot.
I'm gonna go the tie is, yeah, that with Jurassic World maybe?
Yeah, well, now that you're being weird about it, I will say that number 3 is the tie as well with
No Way Home.
With No Way Home.
Yeah.
I go the IPs. Of
That
both,
is
so,
correct.
yeah.
No Way Home, Force Awakens were tied at 12 days. Jurassic World is number 5 with 13 days.
Only one day off.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Incidentally,
And this is NPR.
not that we need to go down this road again, but these were the top 5 largest Sony Pictures debuts. Okay, largest worldwide opening for Sony's Columbia Pictures. No Way Home, number 1. Far From Home, number 2. Spider-Man 3, number 3. Venom, Let There Be Carnage, number 4.
What?
And Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, number 5.
Oh.
So when you talk about why Sony wants to hang on to Spider-Man, I mean, that's the reason.
That's the
right
reason.
there.
Yeah, that's it.
Because even if you take the Tom Hollands out of the picture, you have Spider-Man 3, Venom, and Across the Spider-Verse
Right.
that are still in your top 5.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew. Man, that was tough.
But also, who cares? Honestly, people put too much on box office. And it was once upon a time and nobody cared. Suddenly everybody cares. They really don't.
I mean, at the end of
It's
the
just
day,
giving them something to complain about because so many people out there don't like movies.
I mean, I think you're right about that because at the end of the day, like what, the box office, like who cares? Do you like it or not? Do you like the movie or not? Like that's
I mean,
the
that's the bottom line.
right?
I have that discussion with my children all the time.
Yeah.
I said Iron Man 3 is not a good movie. I said, however, that doesn't mean you can't think it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Said if you
Or
like
me.
it, you like it. Or Paul. Paul is right there with the 9-year-old. He thinks it's a really good movie because he just wants to see action scenes.
I like
I
action
mean, there you go. Well, I'll say this. I mean, in the discussion with Joshua today, I mean, he loves Far From Home. We talked about how much we feel like that has some holes in it. Now, he immediately, and when I said that to him, I'm like, well, Justin, Paul, and I all feel like it has these holes in the storyline. He's like, I agree.
Yeah.
He's like, but I just love that movie.
No,
And I'm like, great, all right.
I don't know if I've ever said on this podcast before, but one of my guilty pleasures, this is a terrible film. It's The Scorpion King with The Rock and Kelly Hu.
It has
isn't-
a playful tone, so it's likable. Yeah.
I love that movie. And I'll be the first to say, no, it's a terrible movie. But it's like for my whole life, I've always loved, just like I love film noir, I also love dumb sword and sandal.
Yeah.
Because that's what I was raised on.
Right.
Was dumb sword and sandal. Some of them are good, Beastmaster, but Beastmaster isn't nearly as good as the cult following that it has.
Right.
If you watch the original Beastmaster, would you look at it and go, oh yeah, this deserves 4 follow-ups? No, you would not.
What is it, like Clash of the Titans?
Clash of the Titans.
Kroll is another
Beastmaster,
one.
Kroll, Dungeons and Dragons, Dragon Slayer.
Wait,
not
did you
Dragon
guys see
Slayer.
the new Dungeons and Dragons?
Honor Among Thieves? Absolutely.
I want to
Loved
see
it.
that.
It's
I
fun.
really
Loved
wanted to
it.
see that.
Fun. Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's really fun. I mean,
And Chris Pine, he's just great in everything.
Chris Pine is great and everything.
The Sword and the Sorcerer. Is that on your list?
That is on the list. Absolutely.
It's weird. I went to a Sword and Sorcerer Beastmaster double feature at the Egyptian, and I was like, I'll get through Beastmaster, but I'm really excited to see Sword and Sorcerer. I haven't seen that since I was a kid.
Right.
Sword and Sorcerer, I was like, Oh, Beastmaster, I love.
Right.
It did a flip on me. Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome. Such great.
Is he still alive?
Martin Singer?
Mark Singer?
I don't know.
Like 10 years ago, might have been longer, 10 or 15 years ago.
Did you
Remember
hear
this?
that?
I
Remember when
heard
this happened?
Happy birthday to Sweet Pea is what I just heard, but the
I wonder
people
if they
can't hear
hear
it. That's just in our headphones.
Oh, that's right.
That was hilarious. For those of you that don't know what just happened, the last time we recorded here in I don't know the adventure.
I don't know what is in this room.
adventure
that,
room.
like, yeah.
Because we had the Admirals Club. I forget what Sean's is called. Mine is the Adventure Room.
Yeah.
The last time we recorded here, we were getting interference from like a CB from like an ambulance or something, or
From the 70s?
It was just a time vortex that just kept opening up.
something. And then when we listened to the actual playback, it wasn't there. But we're getting it now. Somebody just said happy birthday to Sweet Pea.
Oh,
There's a truck stop here in the middle of the Rossmore, Los Alamitos area, if you're unaware.
You know what's crazy? What if they can hear us?
Well, then I'd like to wish a happy birthday to Sweet
maybe.
Pea as well.
Who knows?
Looking good, girl. Keep it going.
What I was going to say was like 15 years ago, I saw a picture of Mark Singer and I was like,
yeah.
we should all hope to look that good when we're older. Like, the guy still looked great. He's like Harry Hamlin. I'm like, Harry Hamlin still looks great for as old as he is. Yeah. All right, enough about that.
I'm going to say
Pre-production.
everybody in this room looks really good for our age.
Don't we?
Yeah,
Don't we?
yeah.
Let's talk about some pre-production. The multiverse idea was planned surprisingly early. The concept of bringing back legacy Spider-Man villains was being discussed long before most of the public even knew of the film's real direction. So that was something they had been working on for a while. Pretty cool.
I like the multiverse thing. I find that a little bit more interesting than time travel stuff. I know you guys always defend the time heist thing in Endgame, and it's fine, but it's still time travel, and I find time travel to be a cheat in terms of storytelling. But the multiverse thing feels
I'll tell
feels
H.G.
new.
Wells from his hack work.
No,
Yep.
I mean, look, I Back to the Future is some of my favorite movies. So I enjoy time travel, but I'm just saying as a general storytelling device when the characters get into these situations, like I'm sort of waiting for it to happen in Star Wars. Like I feel like we're about to have that moment in Star Wars where
I
there's
guarantee
gonna
you
be,
there have been talks.
I'm sure it's coming our way.
What if someone
Yeah.
has to go back in time?
What if they have to go back in time to save Luke as a,
Right.
yeah.
The whole movie takes place between where Luke decides he's not going to go looking for the droid, but he has to go out and look for the droid. Like in a split second there, what could happen? And we have a whole film about somebody trying to get Luke to go out and look after R2.
Yes, yeah.
So the whole movie takes place in 2 seconds of Luke's life.
Right. Yeah. That's it.
Well, I'll tell you why they work so well here, because they're in the hands of Marvel.
Yeah.
And Marvel knows what they're doing with everything. So my unofficial slogan for Marvel is leave no movie behind.
Yeah.
And so they look back and they go, boy, it's a shame Maguire went out on the worst of his 3 movies. Oh, it's a shame Garfield went out on the worst of his 2 movies. Let's bring him back and make this one of the best of their movies.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like if you think about Endgame, they go back to get time stones. Where do they go? Thor: The Dark World.
Yes.
No one talks about Thor: The Dark World,
No.
but they go back and they give that movie importance again.
Yep.
If you just saw Captain America: Brave New World, who shows up? Liv Tyler from The Incredible Hulk. No one talks about The Incredible, and because they switched
And Brainiac.
actors, they often think this is a disposable, Marvel adventure, and they have an action sequence that's one of the best in recent years in the Celestials that are sticking out of the ocean. First of all, to say, no, we didn't forget there are Celestials sticking out of the ocean, online doofuses. And secondly, to say, we went back and we made Eternals important.
Yeah.
So the way that they go back and leave no movie behind is fascinating. And they did it here. Again, just bringing, and then when they bring back the villains, it's 2 from each franchise. You know, you got Lizard and Electro from Garfield, and you got Doc Ock and
But
Norman
this is not
from the Maguire one.
This is not a time travel movie. This is a multi-dimensional movie, and or whatever, multi-universe,
Correct. That was
whatever.
grouping them
Right,
together,
yeah.
saying
So
these
I
are
mean,
devices that could or could not work in most movies.
Yeah.
But you give them to Marvel, they get it done.
I mean, I think they do such a great job of mixing the worlds. I mean, just it's so cool that they were able to get these guys back. I mean, and they all do such a stellar job. I mean, everybody does such great work. Although the one guy I felt bad for by the end of this that really stuck out to me was Connors, the lizard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
also-
I think he has like 6 lines.
The whole movie, I was sitting there and I'm like, I literally at one point, it's in my notes and I haven't even busted out my notes yet, but how much voiceover is done by these people. Connors is, he's all voiceover. Sandman is all voiceover.
Yeah.
I thought there was a third. Anyway, I was just like, I mean, they brought people back, but also I loved, and I'm getting ahead of myself, but we're here. The movie is almost divided into two parts, right? It's first bringing back our villains.
Yeah.
And then things go awry. And now it's bringing our heroes.
Yeah.
Bringing our heroes back. Because Andrew Garfield doesn't even show up for an hour plus into the movie.
Right.
Like we think about this film as being the 3 Spider-Men. They're only in the second half of the film.
Yeah.
which is, crazy. Like, this could have honestly been a part 1 and a part 2.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
If they wanted it to be. It's interesting they didn't. But, I mean, the fact that they brought those 3 back, I mean, it was just... It was crazy in what they had to do. Like, it was constant denials from Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield on are you filming there? No, I would just happen to be in town with my family. That was the only reason why I was there.
Agent code names? Did you read about this?
I did not.
Keeping Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's involvement a secret was one of the biggest logistical challenges in modern cinema. To prevent leaks, the actors were given code names on call sheets, scripts, and around the set. Andrew Garfield was referred to as Angel 2, and Tobey Maguire was Angel 3.
Look at that. Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of funny.
It's just crazy that they did that. And they didn't shoot the scenes that they were actually together in until almost last.
Wow.
It was intentionally like, we want to keep it as quiet as possible.
I mean,
so we'll shoot one of them by themselves.
It was so smart.
In a studio, over here in Los Angeles, and another one all by himself in a studio,
Yep.
in London. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So great.
Maguire has this aura about him because he was the first, right? He's the first Spider-Man. And Holland's great because he's current. So in the middle is kind of Garfield, and, they make jokes about it later with some of his lines. But when he shows up in the Doctor Strange portal, right, and sees Ned and MJ, the audience I was with went berserk.
Yeah, you've talked about
They
that.
went nuts.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is so... First of all, well done, movie. You have them in the palm of your hand.
Yeah.
And secondly, just to get... I mean, wherever Andrew Garfield is, he's got to be smiling, going, yeah, my 2 movies weren't so bad.
Well, and also,
Oh, yeah.
he's a great actor. Whether you like him, you like Amazing Spider-Man,
This is
Amazing
not
Spider-Man
Hayden
2.
Christensen. He is a very, very, very talented guy.
Yeah, for sure.
Hayden, if you'd like to come on the podcast,
Well, and Hayden Christensen is a good actor. He had that. We've had that conversation many times, but different situation. One thing I want to ask is the storyline that is set up with May essentially encouraging Peter to help these guys.
yeah.
In a lot of superhero movies and movies like this, there's often this thing that comes up where it's like, they could have just pushed the thing and it would have been over, right?
Right.
It's the argument about Raiders of the Lost Ark, right? Like, he could have not done this at all, and then the Nazis would have all died, right? Like, it's that same kind.
If they ever would have gotten the Ark, but they didn't know where Marion was.
I mean, that's all true, but yes, I like I like all that. But does the premise of this, is there any, because this was the first time I really thought about that premise of her saying, no, if we can help them, we should.
Yeah.
It's our responsibility to help people. That's what we do. And that becomes a theme in the movie quite a lot. Even all 3 of the Spider-Men near the end are like when Toby Spider-Man stops Tom Holland from killing Green Goblin. And that's all over, and they're kind of congratulating each other, like, that's what we do, right? That's what we do. We help people. What do you guys think about that?
One of my favorite lines in the movie is when Peter steals the box from Strange and leaves him tangled, and he says, "I have to try," and he
Yeah.
So clearly, it took him over what May said quite quickly. He listened to her.
Because I'm a Star Wars nerd, I love that I have to try. Because that's Luke with Leia before he goes to confront Darth Vader. Right? Like, I have to try. I have to try to do this.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, I was wondering about that. Like, is it enough? Because they're going to send them back to this dimension, their dimension. Are they even going to be alive? Are they going to, if they are healed, does that change anything in their world? Or are they just still dead? And was it all for nothing?
That's
right?
the real big question about what's his face.
Some of them were about to die.
Yeah.
Maybe they go, "Oh, I'm back," and then they die.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. That's a great question. We don't know the answer to that.
It's a great question.
I loved right off the bat, we started with his relationship with MJ and just their chemistry, what you were talking about on the building. And first and foremost, him worried about her. as
Yeah.
people immediately approached her. Like it comes out, he immediately looks down and he sees people immediately taking pictures of her. Like he's just, he's
Did
protecting
you
his
catch
girl.
the moment in that moment? He jumps down and he kind of goes through the crowd and kind of gets her out. And there's a girl sort of in the crowd who kind
Yes.
of does something and she kind of forces the moment and she's like, Spider-Man hit me.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And I'm like, that is so real.
Oh, yeah.
That is our world
Yep.
right now. People like putting people in those situations and going, this happened and and I was like, oh my God, that's exactly real.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then I still remember this was a surprise for me because I saw it in a drive-in, I still ended up seeing it later. I didn't see it immediately. I didn't see it opening weekend. So a few things had been spoiled for me.
Oh no.
I knew both of them were in it by the time I saw
Oh.
it. I did not know about Charlie Cox showing up. And so that was a wonderful surprise
And
for
I
me.
forgot on this screening that it was coming
did
too.
you?
I
Wait,
forgot. I was
Charlie
like, oh, that's
Cox?
right, Daredevil. My new,
Daredevil.
my new,
Right.
my new
Yeah.
number 2 favorite
Daredevil.
Marvel
Yeah, I
character.
I forgot who played.
Yeah, it was great. And I actually rewound the scene and I watched it a second time while I was watching this. And I thought it was awesome. Just the moment
He's
of
awesome.
Tom Holland, how did you do that? I'm a really good lawyer. He catches a brick coming through a window behind him. How'd you do that? I'm a really good lawyer.
I was struck by how funny that moment really was today. Like that moment
Yeah.
just plays so well. Brilliant.
Well, and from my seat, I'm like, he's in the MCU. He's in the MCU because before then,
exactly.
I mean, I think
we didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't know if the crossover had happened yet. I don't believe he'd been on Disney Plus yet, so we only had the Netflix shows.
Yep.
And just to get him there, this bodes well for the future.
Yeah, exactly. And the very next note I had written down, which is like 15 minutes later, which is flying green elf. Because that's what you would call him. He looks like an elf, a flying green elf, an angry elf, but a flying green elf.
what do you think the direction was for what's his name? Alfred Molina? Is that his name?
That's Doc Ock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah. What do you think was the direction for him to be so broad? Do you think it was that direction? Because
they all are.
Because
They're all kind of larger
they're-
than life. But
is that because they're sort of pushing that sort of interdimensionality? Like this is how, because even our Spider-Man, Tom Holland and Zendaya and Ned are all kind of like, why are they so?
Yes.
Like they kind of this look on their face, like, what are these guys doing?
I
Like,
think
you know?
absolutely it was direction. It was just to show that these movies were very and they were trying to show that these movies are different, but they ended up showing that these movies, in my opinion, they represented those movies as way different when they weren't that different.
Yeah.
Because I don't think Doc Ock was that big, and theatrical in Spider-Man 2.
You don't think so?
No, he was in
I don't
this.
agree with that.
You thought he was in Spider-Man 2?
I think he's pretty darn theatrical.
No, I didn't recall that. When
He's not as theatrical
Right.
as he is in this. That's true.
That's
You're
exact-
right about that.
That's literally
But-
what I just said.
Well, you're right. I guess I'm just saying that like he's
say
still theatrical.
Yeah, but
Like,
not as much as he is in this.
Wait a second. If you're comparing the two, is he still as theatrical? And never mind.
Because I felt the same way about. I thought while I loved all the Spider-Man in this, they changed Andrew Garfield's character in this one just a little bit.
You think?
Yeah, they made him a little quirky. There were a few lines, and we'll get to it in my notes, where I was just like, I don't think your Peter Parker would have said that in your universe. And one of
I
them,
want to hear the line.
we'll jump right into it. He literally says, "Yes, I'm Spider-Man," and he does this. Like, why would he put anything on that? It's when he's talking to Ned and Mary Jane,
Yeah.
or Zendaya, and he goes,
Zendaya.
"MJ." And he go, they're like, "You're Spider-Man too?" He's like, "Yes, but from the other verse." And they said, "You are," and he goes, "I'm Spider-Man." And he does this thing like he's being spooky or quirky. It's funny and it's awesome, but it's like that's not the Peter Parker we saw.
I feel like it was just an
few
actor
movies ago.
choice.
But he does it several times. Like he's got a few of those where all of a sudden he's the quirky one. Now, if you're writing the three characters, right?
Yeah.
If you're the writer of this, you want Tom Holland, Tobey Maguire, and Andrew Garfield not to be the exact same person.
Yeah.
You got to show some difference. So they literally set it up like they make Andrew Garfield quirky, Tom Holland is sincere, and then we've got, once again, I said it before, we have youth pastor Spider-Man.
Yeah, that is one of the funniest lines. Joshua and I looked at each other. We were just laughing.
That was one of the lines that stuck with me from the very first time I saw it because it was so brilliant.
It's a really, and if you look at him, it's just dead.
Yes, with exactly what he's wearing and 100%.
Yeah.
But I think because they needed to separate them a little bit, they make Andrew Garfield quirkier than the other two. I'm going to challenge you to watch this again, and you come back and debate me.
I don't know. I don't know that I find
brand new home.
Wait,
Just
are
one of
you
your
just?
son's
Are you
stupid
saying?
ideas?
You bastard. Are you saying he's quirkier than the other two Spider-Men in this?
Yes.
Just comparatively in terms of their character.
Yes.
Okay.
Because there's no point in having three people on screen playing the same character the same way.
Right. But I don't think he's any more quirky or less quirky than he was in his Spider-Man movies.
I disagree. I don't think he was quirky in those really at all. He was dark and grungy.
You need to, no. Go back and watch those because there's no way.
Watched them.
Well, clearly, I just watched this and you're telling me to go back and watch. I like that we're just having this angry debate about nothing important.
Yeah. I felt
And no
that
one's winning.
Yeah,
And no one's winning. Yeah.
I felt like they Paul is the one who was losing though. Everyone's losing. I felt like they changed. I'm not saying it wasn't wonderful and it wasn't you can't have three of the exact same character on screen. There's no reason to have them all on screen. As a writer, if all three of you would say the exact same thing, then I take two of you out of the scene and I leave one of you.
I get that, but I didn't think it fit in a foreign way on him.
I didn't feel like it was forced. I just happened to notice.
Yeah.
It was just observable, in my opinion.
I mean, he swung and he cracked jokes when he was Spidey in those movies.
He was.
Whoa, look out. He was quirky in those moments.
Yeah.
But
Thank you, Paul.
He
I agree
did have
with
a lot
you.
of heavy stuff going on.
Yeah.
So maybe he didn't have time to be as quirky when he's not Spider-Man.
Right.
The other thing that I did sort of enjoy that they alluded at was that he did have this darkness that entered his life.
He talks about
And-
he starts pulling punches.
Yeah, and I thought to myself,
stopped
is
pulling
this a reference to where that series would have gone
Probably.
had they continued the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies?
Yeah.
Because and in that moment I went, "Oh, that would have been interesting."
Yeah.
That the next time we see him, it's darker for a different reason,
Right.
because the whole when they all talk about this moment of great power comes great responsibility, and they all kind of share this, of course, he's talking about May, Tobey Maguire's talking about Uncle Ben, and then Andrew Garfield references Gwen dying, but Ben also died,
Yeah.
and I first of all I like that they chose three different things for each of them that was the most impactful. But it is interesting that Andrew Garfield's isn't Uncle Ben dying.
Yeah.
It's when Gwen dies that
because he
really
couldn't save her.
changes
Right.
everything for him.
Yeah.
And the fact that he went, Gwen, quirky about it. It was weird.
You know what's crazy is that there was something that was brought up because they were talking about Oscorp, and Tom Holland Spider-Man has no idea, and I realized, oh my God, there's no Osborn in his universe. We haven't seen, it literally
Right.
dawned on me in that moment.
Right.
This many years later. Holy crap, we've never seen an Osborn in this version.
And he's also not a photographer. He doesn't take pictures of Spider-Man and sell them. And
Harry Osborn was the head of a company. He wasn't a photographer.
No, I'm talking
Peter.
about Peter Parker. Jeez Louise. Are you just going to argue every point I bring up tonight? No more for you. The moment, since we're jumping around,
Yeah.
the moment when Andrew Garfield Spider-Man declares his love for the other guys,
Yeah.
apparently that was improvised.
Oh,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah,
That's very cool.
Yeah, I just thought that was awesome.
I'll tell you, one of the highlights of this movie is literally the scene of the three of them on top of the scaffolding, just talking to each other.
Yes.
From
went to
simple
space?
little things. Yeah, you went to space. And another thing of just like, no, man, it doesn't sound lame. You're awesome.
Yeah.
I want you
Well,
to say
you're
you're
amazing.
awesome. You're
Yes.
amazing.
Which is, of course, funny.
I want you to
of
say
course.
you're
Yeah, yeah.
amazing because
Yeah.
you are. He's like, yeah, I guess I am. You know, that whole thing.
And he even says, I guess I needed to hear that, which is it's like a meta reference inside a meta reference. Just like, what? Oh my God.
So great. And then the whole conversation about, it just comes out of your body. Have you ever had, has it ever not? Like, come
Yeah.
out of your body?
Come out
Have you
anywhere
ever-
else?
Yeah.
The fingers?
No, it doesn't
And
come
I
out of
like
anywhere
that
else.
he's like defensive, like, are you guys making fun of me? And like, and I love Tom Holland has this very innocent delivery of like, no, we're just trying to, and every time he does his like young guy thing, he's like really high up.
Yeah.
And
This is true. Yeah, that's a good impression, actually.
and it's like, I don't know, there's something just so warm and endearing about Tom Holland's delivery of these things. And every time I hear him talk in real life and his British accent comes
British
out,
accent,
I know.
I go, what the hell's going on right now?
Had a double take.
Exactly. You're not really Spider-Man. Oh my gosh. And you're not really Batman. What's your name? Christian?
Well, it's me, Christian. I'm Bruce Wayne. And it is. Yeah.
Did you know that Tom Holland's real life brother had a cameo in the film?
I did not.
that got cut.
Oh,
Yeah,
poor
and,
guy.
and I the story behind it. Tom Holland's younger brother, Harry Holland, filmed a cameo as a bicycle thief who gets caught and hung upside down by Spider-Man. So I guess that's referencing Homecoming.
Right.
Tom admitted he pushed for the cameo to give his brother a taste of how difficult it is to hang upside down all day
my
in
God.
a harness. Ironically, the scene was ultimately cut for pacing.
That's funny. I had, as my notes going on early on, in the Wizard Dungeon, MJ's speech
oh my
about
God.
There's no way.
That
There's no way to sugarcoat it. It's a wizard dungeon.
MJ's speech about wanting to be a part of this. She's like, well, I want to be a part of this. How can I help you? And it was just so adorable. And once again, Marvel perfectly capturing, yes, that is the new relationship of, well, how can I be a part of this? How can I help you do this? I was just like, they just get the relationship stuff right.
Yeah.
They just get it right.
That was the other thing that came up. We were talking about earlier today, me and Joshua, is I just have this thing with all these movies, all of the good movies come back to love. They come back to relationships. They come back to people. And this movie's no exception. I think it's why it works so well, is because it comes back to love. That ending scene where he's like, you're going to forget me.
Yeah.
It is like so powerful.
Yeah, and they're so close. The faces are right on each other.
Yeah, they're just,
and he's beat up, and that's a great moment.
Yeah, all three of them deliver such. I mean, the moment with Ned, and he hugs. I mean, they're just all so broken, and all three of them recognize this is the only way.
Yeah.
They all realize this is the only way. And I also thought it was interesting too. This is a movie about Spider-Man maturing.
Oh, very much.
Yeah. This is a movie about him. As Doctor Strange is saying, like, he doesn't get his own way. He can't, he can't make it. He can't get everything he wants.
Yeah.
And that's a maturing moment, right? When you're like, yeah, I can't get everything I want, but I can get close to this, and this is still going to be okay, even though this is terrible.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just very poignant and
it's interesting because Tom Holland as a person also is still maturing.
Oh, for sure.
He is.
How old is he?
We went over this. He's the youngest Spider-Man.
29 or something like that.
No.
We keep going
Hold
over
music.
Every episode we go over like the same things because we
How
just
old
forget.
is Tom Holland? Born in 1996. Okay, he is now. Yes, not when this movie was made.
Right.
Yes.
No. Yeah.
But it was just like back then. They gave him fake versions of the script. They gave him.
So was he 20 when he made Homecoming?
Yeah.
Wow.
Somewhere in
like
there.
that, yeah.
I don't know. We covered that in one of our episodes. We should go back and listen to it.
Did we say the age at that time? I don't think
We
did.
would have, I know, because it was like he came in as the youngest Spider-Man. So I know we covered all of that.
All right.
Wow.
But yeah,
Well,
because
kudos to us for knowing that then.
he's been notorious for accidentally letting things slip.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's just been terrible at it. So they literally gave him fake scripts.
Yeah.
Like, here you go.
Did he have to memorize lines in those?
That's a great
really
question.
messed up. You
That
show
is.
up and you're like, this is nothing like what I had to memorize. Have you ever had that where an audition was different than...
Yes.
And they changed. I did an episode of Mad Men, and I had this one line where I had to say that, like, the Sterling Cooper Draper Price or whatever the name of the agency is, but they had a different thing that I had to diatribe of in the audition, and I just remember, like, when I got the actual script, I was like, oh man, I really knew the other one.
Did Portia send you out anything for Incredibles 2?
I'm sure she did. I don't, I auditioned for so many voiceover things with her. She is one of the great voiceover agents
In
ever.
all of Los Angeles. Yeah, she's spectacular. But yeah, read for Incredibles 2, and none of that dialogue was anywhere in that movie.
That's interesting.
Names not of characters that weren't in that. Like, it was all... Yeah. It was crazy.
Did you audition for the Star Wars animated series?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, so you had to go up and do all that. That was the most fun chaos I've ever had at an audition, because they basically, like, we all had to record at the agency, and it was one of these, like, top secret things, and it was just tons of scripts, and I don't know how you approached it, but I literally was just like, because we didn't know what anything was, and it was like, you got it and you're like, and I was literally just like, if I read 2 lines and I didn't connect with it, I just threw that out and moved on to the next one.
Oh, that's
and
hilarious.
I was just like, okay, I like this one.
Yes.
Boom, I like this one, but nope, I don't get that at all. Like,
Yeah. No, that was chaos.
Yeah.
I think I finally found, like, my hook on it was just like, anytime you get people as an actor, anytime you get something that is like sci-fi or horror, like werewolves or something that is not real in any way, shape, or form, I myself as an actor is find, who is this person and what is he really talking about? Okay. All right. Who is this guy? This guy is just a farm boy who is just can't deal with all these crazy things that are coming at him, which could just be the big city. Okay. And that's how I start. That's where I start my hook.
That's brilliant.
That's
That's why you're a great actor. Those are great. That's great. Yeah.
Thank you. But yes, that's what I remember what I ended up doing for that.
Oh.
I was just
Anyway,
like,
sorry.
okay,
We went down a little
went
path,
down a path,
but it was
Paul
really
fell
fun.
asleep.
Yeah.
He's not even here, people. He went in and laid down on the floor in the next room. Entire sets were labeled with fake names to prevent leaks about returning villains or multiverse locations. I mean, they went to great lengths
That
to
just
not let
seems
any of these secrets out.
so tough to keep track of everything
In today's day and age.
What a nightmare that had to have been. Oh my gosh.
Well, he's not in Doomsday, right? They probably said, screw it. Well, it's too much.
Spider-Man's not in Doomsday?
I don't think so, is he?
I heard a rumor that Tobey Maguire is coming back for this one.
That's what I heard too. I heard that he's opening the film.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's
so
what
we
I
start
heard.
with an action
Based on the
Spider-Man
whole conversation you guys just had, I'm sure you're wrong.
I mean, yeah. There's that.
They don't want him blabbing, so they say, why don't you just not be
Right. Why don't you just not be in the film?
I will say, Doomsday is just going to be... It's going to be so interesting. I'm really, really interested to see this film. Just partially just as someone who has, done some writing and whatever. And like, I don't understand how
you put those pieces together.
Yeah. How do you put these pieces together? And with this many characters, just the amount of characters to line ratio.
Yeah.
How I mean, and Paul, you always say it, like Marvel does a great job of making us care, of making these people, making us feel something and all that. And I don't deny that. You're right about that. But I'm very interested to see how they're going to pull this off in Doomsday, because I think it's a tall order.
It makes me wonder if it'll just be a line of people standing there, but only like 6 of the 35 people that they are going to put in this movie are going to talk.
I mean, there is that. There is that. What I asked the AI research to give me some quotes, and one of the quotes that came up that I thought was interesting from John Watts, and I thought it was really fun.
Is this about Doomsday?
No.
Okay.
This is about what we're talking about, which is No Way Home. When I first pitched it, I thought this is never going to work. it felt like a pipe dream to think we could get all these characters from different universes back together. I love that.
Yeah.
I just thought, man, that's just so cool. Like you're sitting there going, we're not going to get this. This is not going to happen.
And then it becomes
And
reality.
then it becomes reality.
Okay, you want to hear something crazy? At the end of Iron Man, our tag scene at the end of the first Iron Man is what? Do you remember what the first scene
Nick
is?
Fury talking about Avengers. coming
Nick
to
Fury
Tony's
says he's
apartment.
putting together a team. Exactly.
Oh,
And then it was like, oh, okay, that's fun.
yeah.
And then Entertainment Weekly had an interview with Jon Favreau, and I was reading it. And in the interview,
Did you say Favreau?
Favreau? Sorry, Favreau?
I love when you pronounce anything.
Nuclear?
Go on, Jon Favreau.
Zendaya? Jon Favreau had an interview, and in the interview, he said, well, it's lofty, but my dream is that we first make an Iron Man film, then we're going to have a Thor film and a Captain America film and a Hulk film, and we're going to bring them together as the Avengers. And I remember...
He said that?
He said that in this interview. This is 1999?
What?
When was Iron Man? Somewhere in
2008.
This is 2008. We'll fix that in post. Condor. So I remember at the time thinking that will never ever happen. They will never get a shared universe. They will never have crossover films like this. No one has ever done that before. And
they
then
did it.
he went and did it.
I mean, I've said it many times on this show, and I'll say it again. I remember thinking Avengers was going to suck. I remember thinking this is going to be a terrible, terrible movie, because up until then, and again, this is something we've mentioned, our only reference to multiple villains and multiple heroes in a movie was like the Batman movies, right? And we saw what
Batman
that became.
and Robin.
Yeah, I mean the Joel Schumacher, it just all fell apart. I mean, I remember sitting in the theater and going, "What? This used to be this cool, awesome thing that I loved. These Batman movies, it was so good, and it's just like gone downhill from the first one, and now we've got this, and what the heck is even happening?
Yeah,
you know, and so when I first heard that they were going to make Avengers, I was like, I don't know. And then I went and saw the movie and I was like, I don't know. And then I finally sat through the whole thing and I went, holy crap, they did it. It was awesome.
No, I loved it start to finish.
Yeah,
It was
I
amazing.
did too. I mean, again, I loved it. I
It's
thought it was
one of
great.
I would definitely say it's in my top 5 best superhero movies. What would be your top 5 best superhero movies?
Jeez.
Didn't we we covered this, I thought. Didn't we cover this on the
I need
episode?
time because...
Oh no, we
comparing
talked about top 5 superheroes, not superhero movies.
Yeah.
So that's a
I mean,
clarification.
if I have to compare Superman the movie, The Dark Knight, and Captain America Civil War...
I think you do.
That's
I think
literally
you
what I'm
do.
asking
I
you
know.
to
I
do.
Yeah.
need time.
Oh, you can't do it off the top of your head. Anytime I say like, hey, it's outside of my favorite movie of all time. Anytime I say a movie is in my top 5, I have like 20 movies that are in my top 5.
Thank you, because I'm right there with you. Yes, I agree. I'm right there with you.
I thought you were going to say, anytime I ask you guys to rank something, I kind of mean that.
I kind of mean that I'm not actually asking you that. That's funny. I will say, I think my top superhero movie, honestly, is probably Batman Begins. I think that's my number one.
Okay, I love Batman Begins. Like, I love it so much. I've seen that movie so many times. At the same time, you don't get The Dark Knight without Batman Begins. And The Dark Knight is so good.
You want to know something? I feel like I have to watch The Dark Knight again because I don't remember loving it as much as people liked it. But look, we've talked about this again. I love an origin story, and especially a really well-told origin story. And I thought Batman Begins was just so well told. And, as someone who read the comics, I knew some of those references, not all of them, but I knew some of those references. So I was excited to see this information being out there, and we hadn't really played with all that. We knew about Bruce's parents getting killed and stuff like that, but we didn't know all about the training and all about the theatrics, and they did such a good job of. Anyway, we all know
Leading with
this.
Scarecrow, I mean, that took guts. Normally you lead with Joker,
Right.
and then you get Joker in the second one, and it's out of this world.
Out of this world.
Yeah.
Next level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough to rank past one. I mean, because again, like you said, I mean, top 5, but then there's 20.
I think I'd go Captain America Civil War, probably. I love the dynamic.
Top?
Yeah, I love the dynamic of the argument between should we be, regulated or not. I think it's fascinating. I think it's fascinating who's wrong about that, and fascinating where it leads. And there's so many characters, and they nailed it. So it just was the training ground for Infinity War and Endgame, where, well, not so much Endgame, but Infinity War, again, so many characters. Yep. The Russos are just great at that. That's why I have trust in them for Doomsday.
Same.
That's really good. This was another quote. This is a Kevin Feige quote about the movie. We had to treat it not just as a gimmick or a fan service moment, but as a true emotional continuation of Peter Parker's journey. If the story didn't require them to be there, we couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I think that just shows their brilliance, that they care about, like, it's, because I think part of what happened back when we were younger and with the Batman movies and all this stuff is that it really became about selling toys and making video games, and not that stuff doesn't happen too. Of course, it still happens, but I do think that that because our people in our age group are the ones making this stuff now, we remember how terrible that feeling was, that it was just about the video games and the toys and the whatever, and it didn't really matter. And we're like, no, we can do all that. That's fine. But this needs to matter over here.
No, if you make your movie from the point of, wouldn't it be cool if you get Megalopolis?
Right.
And so they do better. And so even though they're switching directors, I thought Watts just nailed this trilogy.
Yeah.
You get Destin Daniel Cretton now, who made Shang-Chi. He's already in the MCU. Feige's still there. Yeah, that's all that matters. It's going to be Brand New Day is going to be great.
What I love about your quote just now is that you can see the moments in the film where they said, hey, if there isn't a reason for them to be there,
right,
then don't have them there.
Right.
So give them a reason. And I love that we go back to this of just like, okay, I fought this guy before. I know how to fight him. Right. Okay, there's an example. But I also love specifically when they realize they're getting beat. And why are they getting beat? They're like, guys, we got to work as a team. I've never been on a team before. I have. I went to space.
I love I was on the Avengers. It's like, great.
Is that a rock
What
band?
is that? You're in a band? I love how excited they are about him being in a band. He's like, you're in a band?
But I mean, it was just, you do see them coming back to it and coming back to it again. When Kevin Feige says, I need this from the film, they don't just go one line here and expect the audience to then, oh no, well the justification was in that one line for the entire film.
Right.
It's like, no, hit that angle from hit that point from 3 different angles.
Yeah.
So people walk away going, yeah, of course. They needed all 3 of them there.
Yeah.
Because if the other 2 guys weren't there, Peter Parker is a very different journey and he kills Osborn at the end.
The writing is great.
Yeah.
And they don't over-explain.
I'll tell you what, also about that scene is they had that scene about pulling punches and you're not going to like it once you kill someone. And the moment of Tobey Maguire underneath that thing.
Oh my God.
As he's trying to bring it down. And there's no dialogue.
Nope.
They're just staring at each other.
Of course. You get it. Yes. If you don't, that's on you. You're dumb. And if it's same with when
you should just go away.
Same with when he catches MJ. Is he okay?
The title of this episode is going to be called "If You Don't Like It, That's on You. You're Dumb."
Right. That's this movie. That's this movie. But think about think about Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker catching MJ.
Yep.
And says, "Are you all right?" And she says, "You all right?" And he just looks at her. We know what's going through his head.
No,
you don't have to explain it. So these 2 moments where they're not overwriting separate this from Star Wars.
By the way, that moment is just. I mean, between he catches her.
That was not
got me so much.
That was not something that had been spoiled for me. And it comes up and it happens so fast and you don't even realize what's happening until it's happening. And you realize here we are again.
Yes.
And for him to catch her and for her to be safe, like I remember I was tearing up I'm at the drive-in. I'm all by myself, sitting in my car, and it happened. And I'm like tearing up, and I'm looking around at the other cars, like, "Did you all see that with me?"
And it's all teenagers making out.
You're like,
fogged windows, people that are asleep.
Yeah, you
but
bring
I'm
it,
sitting
sir.
there, and I was just like, it is such a beautiful moment. I genuinely, though, even in watching it this time, I was like, not that I'm ever going to direct these films. If I had any hand, I would have said, hold on him for like 5 seconds longer, because he's a good enough actor that he can live in it.
Yeah.
And you will bring people to tears.
You bring up something that we have talked about, but just bears. Oh, they're talking to us again.
Sweet pea.
Sweet pea. That bears mentioning again, which is these guys are just all so good.
Yeah.
They're all just
Yeah.
so good, and the whole cast is so good. There were a couple of moments that really stood out to me, and that even like lines that MJ has, that Zendaya has, that like you're like, she had. My son and I were talking about it today. It's like, when you think about how films are made, and somebody has a line that's like, it's one line. And it's like sort of emotional, and they're kind of breaking it up, and whatever it is, right? They're kind of breaking up the dialogue a little bit, but it's just one line. And you think about how emotional they are, but we know as folks who've been on both sides of the camera that sometimes you're like, we're just going to get this line and we're moving on. And what that means as the craft of acting, what you can do to really create that emotional sensibility, that tone in that moment. And these guys all do it the whole movie, because when you're doing this kind of movie, you're filming pieces. You have to be filming pieces, right? There's no other. You don't get like, we're going to do the whole scene.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Every single time. No, you're like, we're going to do these 3 lines, and we're going to pick up these 3 lines from this coverage, and we got to move on. And they just do such a good job of making you believe everything coming out of their mouth.
Yeah.
One thing that came up when we were chatting about the film was I kept asking my son, what do you think's going to happen in Brand New Day? Do we think that Ned is, because there is a rumor that Ned is going to be a bad guy.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I don't want to hear any more of these.
Okay. Well, then never mind. But now that it's out there, but do we think that there's some, because now we've established that he's got some kind of magic power. Do we think that that's going to get used more in Brand New Day, or are they just going to have had that be a storytelling device for this?
He has magic power? I mean, he's got the ring.
Yeah, but having the ring doesn't mean that you can do the things that he was doing.
Oh.
Yeah. Because there's dialogue in the film where he says, my grandmother told me that we have magic in our family line, and there's storylines, I guess, in the comic books where something about Ned becomes like evil with the magic, whatever that is, with the Doctor Strange kind of magic or whatever. So I was just curious what you guys think, if we're going to see any of that, or do you think it's going to go that way? I mean, I think it would be disappointing if he does become a bad guy. Like, I mean, that would be a horrible ending to our series of like this, like these people who love each other. But of course he doesn't know. But I don't know. What do you think about that?
Well, we don't know what the spell does ultimately. Are they going to remember that they fought with any Spider-Man?
Irving Spider-Man. He's my favorite superhero.
Irving Spider-Man.
He's
Are they going to remember any of that? Are they going to remember the villains? Are they going to remember all this stuff they met?
It's funny you mentioned that, because
dungeon.
I was wondering that myself. Like when they get their memory erased, are they on the island? Are they at the Statue of Liberty, or does it also put them back in the city? Like, are they just like, what the hell is going on?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm excited to find out.
Yeah. All right.
Going back to something you had said about Aunt May, which there was a quote. I just wanted to say it because I thought it was so awesome. She just said, "Look around. This is what we do here."
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah.
Like, no, you're not going to turn him away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great that he wants to kill you. All these guys want to kill you.
Yeah.
But you can keep them from doing that. You
Yeah.
can send them home. I don't know. I kind of love that. I also loved her quote, which was, would you like fresh water or salt? because you're an octopus? Just thought that was
And
hilarious.
I love that he's like, huh?
Yeah.
He's like so
Right.
angry about it. Like,
What are you talking about?
yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of quotes, here's a good one from Tom Holland. I remember looking around on set one day and seeing Toby on my left and Andrew on my right and Willem Dafoe across from us. I just whispered to Zendaya, how did I get here? This is insane.
Yeah.
That's
Somebody who appreciates it.
Yep. I love that.
Yep. Yeah. I love the when they were talking about with great power comes great responsibility.
Yeah.
He's like, Uncle Ben said it the day he died.
Yeah.
And I love that because that segues into so-and-so when they died.
Yeah.
And yeah, like just how they all had lost someone.
I mean,
Yeah.
J. Joma.
It's contagious. You're not even drinking.
I know, right? May be right. You know, a path of calamities and chaos follows Peter Parker everywhere he goes.
I mean,
People are dying.
Yeah, he's
Right?
not wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a derailment, but whatever. So I have been watching Spider Noir.
Yes, I'm so excited to start. Okay, this is how nerdy I am. I downloaded the soundtrack.
I love
because
that
I
you
love
did that.
the music
Yeah.
that's in it so much.
No,
and
it's so
just like,
interesting. It's interesting.
It's getting me excited to
Yeah.
watch it again.
Yeah. You've not watched any of it,
Correct.
right? Okay, so I can't say maybe some things.
Sure, and let's pretend the audience is in my boat.
Okay. All right. I won't say anything. But there is something about his origin, I won't say what it is, that I think is really, really, really interesting.
Yeah.
And it's different and it's new and it's similar. It's kind of all of these things. And they do such a great job. I'm loving Spider Noir. I know I derailed us completely, but since we're just talking about Spider-Man in general, I just think that it's just so much fun. I mean, I don't know what it is about the Spider-Man character, and I was just listening to the episode we just released, and and we were talking about like our favorite superheroes and why our favorite superhero. I just think Spider-Man's just so much fun. I don't know what it is about him that's so relatable. That's so I don't know. Maybe it's because he represents sort of the hopeful kid in all of us.
Yes, it's
and,
the eternal optimism.
yeah,
Even Spider Noir.
yeah,
Oh, interesting.
yeah. Something about that. Yeah.
Which I don't want to spoil anything. It fits in surprisingly well for a noir character. Like it really does.
Yeah.
And actually, this doesn't spoil much. The trope is
Just the ending.
no. I'm not going to tell you the ending.
Well, I
The
haven't seen
trope
that
in
yet.
film
either.
noir is the private detective who is low life and you can hire him to do anything, right? And our greatest of the noir movies are the detective who really isn't like that. He's going to give up love for this woman that's the only woman that he's ever loved. He's going to send her to jail, and he flat out tells her, "But I'll be waiting for you when you get out." That's the trope. It's the character who really feels something underneath. He claims that he's not, and he'll do anything for anyone, but the bottom line is he really does have a line of ethics, and he's just not going to do certain things. So yeah, that hope, like it really does start to fit in.
One thing that came up that I was like, I wonder if this is like an alternate dimension of something or whatever. But like there was a moment at the very end of the film when he opens the door to his new apartment. And I thought, oh my God, is this going to be the same? Like, I couldn't remember. And I was like, it's going to be the same apartment from the Tobey Maguire. And it's not.
Yeah,
Which part of me was like, I wish it would have been, And then
And
I'm
it
like,
would have been too confusing.
Yeah, it would have been too confusing for sure. Yeah. But just it is interesting to see him. I'm excited to see Brand New Day and see Spider-Man as Paul has said, we want to see sort of the man of Spider-Man. I'm interested to see him as as this man who is going through this thing. He is really alone now. I mean, and it's interesting too. One thing that came up as he's putting one of the boxes down, you see a book on top of one of the boxes. Did you see what that book was?
No.
It's studying for your GSAT. So he's studying because he can't really go back to high school. He can't go graduate and walk because nobody knows him at all. He doesn't really exist.
Oh, that's interesting.
And so that's the other question too, is like, if he doesn't really exist, I mean, I wonder how they're going to approach that. Did he have to create an identity for himself? Did he? I don't know. Maybe they'll just say, okay, will Doctor
Strange remember him?
Yeah, I don't think he will. No.
I would think Doctor Strange would leave that caveat that he would remember him.
No, I mean, at the very end, it's very clear that he says, "See you later, kid," or whatever. I mean, he's very. Don't you think he's very clear about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does it say on Doctor Strange's mug? I forgot.
I don't remember. Yes, because
Okay, never mind. You can cut that out.
What?
Why? What
When he
does it say?
first comes to, I don't know. I can't remember, but it was something funny. I forgot. When he comes to the sanctum, he's got a mug, and it says, I don't know, something funny.
I remember that. All I remember is laughing at the fact that he's flying down the stairs and he slips and does the thing, and it's like,
And he's wearing like a parka.
Yeah.
But he's still got the cape on the outside of the parka.
I love that, and I love that Wong gets the what is it called? What is his title called? Wong is the
Yes.
centaur of centurions, whatever he is. He's the
Technicality flipped away, and so Wong was put in charge.
So Wong was put in charge. I'm just like, he's just so funny. And I do love the consistent Mr. Doctor, sir. And he's like, just call me. You can call me Steven. Steven. He's like, that feels weird, but okay. And then after he starts screwing up his spell, he's like, you can call me sir again. You can call me doctor again. And then by the end, it's you can call me Steven. And I love
Sorcerer Supreme, by the way.
Sorcerer Supreme. Thank you. I mean, even within that like little bit of dialogue, there's an arc of story.
Oh, yeah.
And I just again, that's the smart
Good writing.
of all of the. Yeah, that's good writing. Yeah.
And I remember the mug. It was a picture of a fox, and it said, "Oh, for fox's sake." That's what
I don't
Doctor
think I
Strange
saw
is
that.
carrying around the Sanctum Sanctorum.
Because you figure, there's a room we don't see. It's the kitchen back there, and it's got it's got a collection of mugs from all over the world and maybe even different times. And
Love
pulls
that.
out that one which says, "Oh, for fuck's sake." I have to mention one of the there are iconic visuals, and one of them is him holding MJ, obviously. Andrew Garfield holding MJ. Another iconic visual for this, for me, and obviously you could never make this the poster because it gives it all away, but the three of them, when they first come to attack, with the moon behind them, all in different Spidey poses, I was just like, that's awesome.
They've been doing that
just
since
looks
Avengers.
so great.
Yeah, just finding these hero moments.
Oh, yeah.
And framing them just so, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a
beautiful
splash
thing.
page. It's beautiful.
Joshua talked about that in our chat today, that in that moment, the Spider-Men the Spider-Mans are each like physically doing something just slightly different based on their Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And it's such an iconic, wonderful, beautiful moment.
Yeah.
It's just, they did such a great job with all of that. And this is a movie where the CG and the performances are so seamless to me. There's such a seamless sense of all of this stuff. It's really, really lovely. It's really well done.
And I love that it takes place at the Statue of Liberty. Like this is an iconic place. We've had a battle. Is there an iconic place we haven't had a battle yet in the MCU? And they found it.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I have to. There was a quote that I wrote down which I absolutely loved. "You're a kid. You're from Queens. You help people. I just thought you'd be black. There's got to be a black Spider-Man out there somewhere."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I did not remember that line at all, and when I heard it today, I was
totally
like,
forgot about it, yeah.
I was like, this is an awesome line.
Yep.
Yes,
Especially on the heels of all of our
100%.
Miles Morales talk.
Yeah.
There's got to be a black Spider-Man somewhere.
Yeah, love that so much.
Yeah, it was good stuff.
Speaking of quotes, here's an Andrew Garfield one. "There was a brotherhood that was created between Toby, Tom, and myself. It was a very unique experience to be one of the only 3 people on Earth to have ever worn that suit in that capacity."
Yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, again, someone who I think recognizes what a great honor this is.
Yeah.
Like, you can like those
Especially
amazing
in hindsight.
Spider-Man movies or you cannot, but to have the honor to wear that suit, it's like people who've played Superman, right? Like, I mean, whether you like their version of Superman or not, but they got to wear that suit.
Which is why it's sad that we never got all of our James Bonds together on stage at the same time. We should have had
Like
that.
in any kind of event.
There was talk of it like every year for the Oscars that they would have all of them, and wasn't it right before Connery died? There was something that was happening with the Broccolis, and they're like, "Oh, this is the year we're gonna have them all all together, finally, all together on stage. They'll do something, and then no, that didn't end up happening.
How do you save James Bond in this day and age? I think it's really tough to save James Bond. It's a really tough character now. First of all, I mean, Daniel Craig brought a reality to it that I think softened some of the misogyny and some of the male chauvinistic kind of attitude that James Bond had. But but also too, like all the gadgets and all of that fun stuff. I mean, when we were kids, it was that was the James Bond storyline. He opening scene, cool, like awesome thing, then really cool song, and then like, okay, here's your mission, and then here's your stuff. And now it's like, nope, it's all on your iPhone.
Yeah, I think the key to James Bond is, I don't think it's difficult, because I think a good story is a good story. It doesn't always have to be saving the entire world. Make it that he's Jack Ryan. That entire series on Amazon is pretty good. Now, granted, I haven't watched the latest movie, but all that series is pretty good.
Yeah.
And is he always going after something that is global? No. It's like, we're trying to stop this terrorist ring, and they're in a couple of different countries, and they're doing this and they're doing that.
Yeah.
You can make people care about what a bad guy is doing by showing what he's doing to people and make us care about the people.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
They can do it. They just, I don't know. Like I said in the last episode, I think they're just being too
every
precious.
once in a while. Live and Let Die, I think, is a smaller story than most.
Yeah. So they have the ability, and I don't know, if you're starting all over, go back and make it a 20-year-old, 25-year-old, somebody that's literally just pulled out of the Naval Academy. Like a real prequel. Yeah, like a hardcore prequel. Idea. And how does he get up to being the guy who's now doing worldwide stuff? Is like, send him on these missions where he is a mess up from the beginning, but he keeps getting out of scrapes for one reason or another.
Right.
Like you can always see that twinkle in his eye of just like, there's a little something there that he was able to talk his way out or something. I don't know.
Here's your answer, Fishbowl.
Yeah.
All right. That's good stuff. What else you got on this film?
I had one or two more things. The outlines that were in the sky. We saw Kraven the Hunter. We saw Rhino. Who else did we see?
Oh,
do you
really?
know?
I couldn't make out.
My son saw Kraven the Hunter, and we've never even watched that movie.
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
Yeah. No,
I wasn't sure who was waiting there, but I knew it was bad. And then I thought that's what the whole Doctor Strange movie was going to be about, him like handling all those people. Yeah. But I'm glad it was about something else, because I love Multiverse of Madness.
You guys talk about, especially you, talk about how much you love Multiverse of Madness, and I talk about how much I hate that movie. And we watch there's a kind of a trailer for that at the end of this. Yeah. If you watch on Disney Plus or whatever. Yeah. And
in the theater.
It was in the theater too. Okay. And anyway, we were watching it, and I went, okay, maybe I need to give this movie another chance. Maybe I was not in the mood, or I don't know, whatever. So I don't know. I want to watch it again, because especially coming off of No Way Home, I feel like that obviously it leads so well into all of this.
Yeah.
So
I've seen it twice, and I think I will enjoy it even more so on the third time around. And the reason why I didn't the first time through, I was like, oh, I was expecting more of an event, something bigger. I was also surprised that they had set up Scarlet Witch and set her up and set her up and set her up and set her up. And I'm like, she is going to be our new big bad. She's going to be Thanos.
I thought that too.
And then that didn't happen. It's just in one movie, and then she's taken out. And it was like, oh, okay. So we had, this many movies dealing with her arc, and then we gave her an entire series, and then in one movie, half a movie, she's just taken out.
Right.
Oh, okay. I just thought it'd be more.
Yeah. The Venom bumper, though, I just don't understand that. I didn't understand that. I was like, why are we doing this?
You want to know why they did it?
Yeah, please.
I will tell you exactly why. I have it here in my notes. Because Sony's Columbia Pictures' fourth largest grossing film of all time was Venom, Let There Be Carnage. That is why.
Okay, well, touche to Sony. I mean, and look, I'm not saying it's not a funny bumper. It really is. As far as tail end tags go, it's pretty fun.
Yeah,
but it's just, I don't know.
It's amazing how much money those movies have made, and I'm So lukewarm on him.
I haven't even seen
You
one.
take Tom Holland. If you take Tom Holland out of those movies, they're not good. Oh wait,
Wait
he's
a
not in
second. Wait a
And
second.
they're not good.
You take what's his face,
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. Thank you. You take Tom Hardy out of those movies, and you don't have a movie. That entire
Carnage-
movie survives
Let
because
There
of
Be
him.
Carnage was a little fun because it was
'Cause
out of
Woody.
its mind.
Right.
Like Andy Serkis did whatever the hell he wanted. And so like one action scene to the next was just total madness and it was
Yeah.
kind of fun. But otherwise, yeah, the whole concept doesn't quite work for me. The way they're balancing funny and I would rather just be a little more terrifying.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
The voice of the voice in his head, is that him as well? Or
Yeah.
is it? Okay. I was just curious.
Yeah,
who-
so he's
who did
talking to
that.
himself. That's Tom Hardy on Tom Hardy.
Okay, here's a question. Do you think this quote influenced the writing at all? This is Willem Dafoe. I didn't want to just come back for a cameo. I wanted to make sure there was something substantial for Norman Osborn to do, and that the action felt real and brutal.
Did they achieve that?
Yes.
No,
think so.
no. I'm asking, do you think that Willem Dafoe's feeling about his character, not just coming back for a cameo, but that he wanted him to have something real, something big to do, and that the action he wanted the action to feel real and brutal, which I do think there are definitely moments with his character
Yes.
where it does feel that way. So they definitely achieved that. But do you think that as an actor, did he maybe influence this script? Because it certainly ultimately does become a story about Norman Osborn again.
Whether it's
you know?
chicken or the egg, I don't know.
Yeah.
But they definitely achieved that because they also redesigned his suit. And I found stuff where they talked about performance direction were adjusted. So it was no longer just what he was doing in that other film. It was updated for today's, they said for today's audiences, but that translates to me for not so theatrical, okay? Which is
Yeah.
crazy to say to William Dafoe because that's what the guy does.
Right.
William.
I wasn't going to say anything.
I said it for you.
Twice.
But I'll say no because I think this stuff is thought out years in advance. And
Oh.
by the time you got on board,
It was already there.
Yeah, it'd be like
he-
coming into your voiceover for Toy Story and saying, I got it. No, they've
Yeah.
been doing Toy Story 5,
We've been doing
story prep for 3-4 years. You know.
Right.
So.
There was a story I heard about something about that scene where he's fighting Spider-Man and he keeps punching him and he punches him and then he starts smiling and then the laugh.
Yeah.
That the laugh was like totally like improv. Like that was just him being so in the moment.
Yeah,
And
I
I was
believe
like,
it.
God, what a great moment.
William
So
is
good.
awesome.
Jesus.
Who names their kid Willem? Come on.
The Defoes.
Maybe it was a
Yeah, the
family
Defoes.
name.
I don't believe it.
I don't know.
Are we ready for some fun facts?
Oh my God, yes,
Wait.
because we're almost
Yes, these
2
have not
hours
been
in.
fun so far. So let's get to the fun part of the facts.
These are fun facts
Facts about Spider-Man
No Way Home. It's the biggest December opening of all time, shattering the previous record held by Star Wars The Force Awakens.
Nice.
Not
Good,
fun?
it's a better movie.
Oh,
That's
nice
fun.
facts about Spider-Man.
No Way Home. Along those lines, this movie was so highly anticipated it caused ticket websites like Fandango to crash in several countries, achieving the highest ever 24-hour pre-sale tickets sold in multiple international markets.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that is crazy.
That is a fun fact about Spider-Man.
No Way Home.
It's happening again. Boy, the Odyssey crashed everything.
Yeah.
And
Was that true? Oh, I'm so happy to
couldn't
hear
get
that.
onto the-
Oh.
And now reviews have come out from its overseas premiere that it's just absolutely amazing. So I'm very excited.
Have you seen the rig that they shot this thing with?
No, the IMAX rig? No.
It's just.
Does it look like a tank?
It's such a beast of
Yeah.
it's just like, and knowing Christopher Nolan as you know him as a director. I mean, this is the guy that for what was it? What was the second Batman movie?
Dark Knight.
For Batman Dark Knight, he's got the helicopter pulling that's got the plane thing in the air and, all this stuff. And they're doing all
Yeah.
these stunts practically. Like people are almost like, what is this day, right? This is the guy that does that kind of stuff. And then he's got this huge ass camera on top of it. All of this stuff is shot so practically. And it's like, there's not a bunch of, I'm sure there's some CG here and there, but like just it's just, I don't know, what I've seen already, I already love.
And that's Dark Knight Rises, right?
Yeah,
The
yes, it is.
I'm here
It's the
for
first. Yeah.
corrections and retractions.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
This is true. You
And
are
then-
corrections
I mean,
and
this
retractions.
is the guy who Oppenheimer is the largest selling ticket in the history of Grauman's Chinese theater.
Is that true?
It is true.
What?
And they had to build out the movie projection booth for the movie because it was like 11 miles of film. So
Oh
they
my
had to
God.
like expand the booth to put it in there so they could show it on film in IMAX at Grauman's.
I don't
That's
think I
crazy.
got
So
to
he just
see.
he's always breaking ground.
I don't think I got to see a film projection version of that movie, but I did see it in IMAX, and I think it was a digital IMAX projection, but it was beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Continuing. Toby's real life back problems once again worked into the script.
Oh my God, I didn't even think about
He's
that.
like, what are you doing? I'm just stretching out my back. I've got these injuries.
That's so funny. I didn't
Yep, yeah, I didn't
even
either. Yeah.
think about that. And yes, love that.
Willem Dafoe.
Way to go.
You know who taught me how to say that correctly?
Who's that?
Zendaya. Willem Dafoe's laugh terrified Tom Holland for real.
I get it.
Yeah, he famously insisted on doing his own stunts and brought an immense, terrifying energy to the Green Goblin. And in the scene where Tom Holland's Spider-Man is brutally punching the Goblin,
Oh, we were talking about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
he actually gives him the laugh, and it freaked Tom Allen.
Tim Allen. Tim Allen. It freaked Tim Allen. He was.
Green Goblin.
And well, Adam Sandler in there. It's been fun.
Did you hear that Adam Sandler was the one who married Taylor Swift and what's his nuts?
And
Yes.
Travis Kelce.
Travis
What?
Kelce. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Why not?
So you take this man to be
A song for me, a song for you.
what? And also, he knows Taylor Swift. I don't know. The whole thing was weird to me.
I mean,
yeah.
All love is patient and all love is kind.
I do give it up for those two, $26 million to charities, and a lot of those charities were art charities for arts in the inner city and things like that. So, I give it up to them.
And I don't give it up to Beyonce for releasing a new single. Like, don't pay attention to them, pay attention to me. Stop it.
Stop it. There were, on the bridge scene, there were not one, but two license plates that we were supposed to be paying attention to.
What?
The first one, the admissions administrator.
Yeah.
Her license plate says 63 ASM3, and this is a direct, hyper-specific nod to Amazing Spider-Man issue number 3 from 1963.
Oh, wow.
Very first appearance
Love that.
of Doc Ock.
Huh.
Cool. But
And a little
really?
That's really in there.
foreshadowing.
Yeah.
By the way, though, she's so good.
She's good in everything.
She's so good. I was just
In
like,
everything.
oh my God, like what a great role.
Yeah.
Does a great job.
Yep.
It's just, yeah.
Yeah. In addition, a taxi cab that is stuck directly behind her car has a vehicle number which is 1228. Subtle tribute to Stan Lee, who was born on December 28th.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. So pretty cool. I think that is a
fun fact about
cars
Spider-Man
in Spider-Man No Way Home. La 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 la. While fans always knew the Zendaya's character as MJ, her legal name in the MCU is Michelle Jones. However, when she was being interrogated by federal agents, did you catch this? In the film?
Oh, yes.
Her full name is officially listed as Michelle Jones Watson.
Yes.
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 I thought that was kind of cool. That was
Yeah.
a fun fact about Spider-Man. No Way Home. Specifically about Zendaya and MJ. La 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 la. Sandman and Lizard's human forms used old footage. Due to strict COVID-19 travel restrictions and scheduling conflicts during production, Thomas Hayden Church and Reese Ifans? Reese Ifans?
I thought it was Reese Ifans. Yeah.
They
don't
weren't
know.
actually on set to film their human transformations. The visual effects team rotoscoped unused archive footage of the actors for Spider-Man 3 and The Amazing Spider-Man and digitally blended them into the new environment
Wow.
in which they were cured. So not only did they do voiceover, but then they used old footage. So they were never there.
Yeah, it felt that way.
It felt
it
that
really
way,
did.
and
It really
and
did.
it explains why their sort of final reveals were kind of, they don't have a lot of dialogue or anything,
or a lot of pop.
yeah.
And
Although kudos to the visual effects artists on that
for doing that, yeah.
really great work. I mean, yeah.
Are you
all right.
concerned we won't get this go to work anymore now that they've fired half of them?
That is a genuine question. You know, for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, half of the visual effects people at Marvel specifically gone. Like Disney's just like, yeah, we don't need you. We can do AI to fill in the rest. And it's just like, can you? Can you? Because all AI can do is regurgitate what AI has seen other people do. How often does AI come up with something brilliant on its own?
I mean, the challenge is, I mean, I hear everything you're saying. The challenge is that the AI is only going to continue to get developed, and it is currently very good. It is not perfect, it is not great, and it is using everything that everyone has ever done already to do the machine learning, and it's going to continue to do that stuff. There's some AI generative stuff out there, and I'm talking about the higher end stuff that really does look incredible. I wish it didn't. I wish I could say, oh no, this is, but I do think this is, it's going to continue to change things. It's going to continue to, these tools are going to get implemented. I mean, I've talked about it on the show. I mean, whether you like it or not, whether you want to accept it or not, there's all kinds of AI tools that honestly, a lot of people are using. They don't even know they're using, and, as someone who does editing all the time, I see the development of all of these softwares and what's happening in the AI space. And, as someone who has sat there doing, things that take forever, and now there's things in the software where you're like, oh, I click this and I do this and da-da-da, and it's going to put a mask on this thing and it's going to follow this thing. It doesn't even have to keyframe it, or it's just like going to do the thing. Okay. And then I push that, and then I can change the background. And I mean, this is work that used to take hours and days.
Yeah. Now it only takes a few minutes.
It takes it. So do I think that I think that some of the jobs that got lost, I mean, look, I'm always sad for people losing jobs, and as technology changes and it shifts and it does suck, and there's a lot to talk about with AI. I think, oh God, who's the kid from Third Rock from the Sun?
Tom Holland,
JGL.
J.J. Abrams.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt is doing a great job of talking about the problems with AI and the fact that all of the machine learning is essentially taking all of the stuff that we've all done all these years, and they're throwing it into this big pot of like, okay, learn all this stuff. And that, okay, on the one hand, that's interesting and that's cool for your tech company that's going to walk away with all the money. But for all the artists and all the craftsmen and all the people and, that did all the work all of those years that the machine is now learning from, they're not getting compensated for that. They're not getting, anything for that. There's some people are trying to figure out ways to compensate them, and some people are just, moving forward. Is there going to be a way to ethically utilize AI as it continues to get developed? And I don't know what the answer is, but it's in there and it's happening. Is it going to make things worse? I don't think the answer is yes. In terms of the visuals, I don't think we're going to end up with visuals that are worse.
I try to get
because
Grok
of AI.
to do stuff on a regular basis, and Grok is terrible. I even ask it after. I'll give it a prompt to do something, and then I will ask it, did you follow my directions? And it'll say, no, I did not.
It's just got to.
So far, there's nothing I need it to do for me, so I don't really use it. But yeah, that's what I'm most worried about is now, because there has been whether it's Thor or Thunderbolts or the Incredible Hulk or Infinity War, the quality of the look of these movies is wildly consistent, which is
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
In fact, they don't even have directors branch out too much, except for like Multiverse of Madness, where they let Sam Raimi cook. You know? They got rid of Edgar Wright because he was going to do his thing, but there's still and the visuals in Multiverse of Madness look incredible. In No Way Home, they look incredible when Strange and Spidey are chasing themselves through the different dimensions, the mirror universe or whatever he called it.
The
And if-
mirror
and if
universe
any
part.
of
We didn't even
these-
talk about how great
so
that
great.
is.
If
God,
any of
it's
these
so
things
good.
suddenly start to lower in quality to where one movie is suddenly not up to par with the rest, because so far they're all the same, it's going to be disappointing.
I don't think you have to worry about that. I really don't foresee that happening. I really don't. I mean, I suppose there's a possibility, but I don't foresee it happening. I do think that, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see if there's, all of this development with AI, and then at the end of the day, is any of it even sustainable? And then it's just going to take care of itself. Like it's just going to, because of these power farms or whatever, all this crap that's going on with that. So I don't know, but it is interesting. I mean, we've talked about AI stuff that's happening. I mean, there is AI filmmaking that's happening. There are AI filmmaking festivals that are starting to happen.
Tilly Norwood's feature should be out soon.
Yeah,
they announced it today.
yeah.
in Hollywood Reporter.
Yep, Tilly Norwood is her feature is going to come out, and a lot of people are like looking at that as like, oh, okay, well that's going to be this AI, but there's already AI movies that there's 2 AI features that we've talked about on this that are out, and one of them, and I think I've mentioned it, one of them is a fantasy film, and that was playing at the
Egyptian.
at the Egyptian, no,
Chinese.
at the Cannes film market. They wouldn't let it in the
Toronto
festival.
International Film Festival.
Yeah. No, was it the Cannes?
Cannes.
Yeah.
Can?
Can, because you can't
Right,
can.
because it's named after James Caan.
Can. Anyway, that was playing there, and then there was another film that was about what was happening in the Middle East and stuff, which was a very different use of AI filmmaking. It was a much more personalized kind of story. And if you look at the images, I don't know if you guys have seen any of this, but if you look at the images from it, you're like, I mean, it is astounding to sit there and watch it. And it's a much more of it's weird to say, human piece, because it's about people, but it was all made with generative AI, and there are definitely moments I looked at it and went, you would be hard pressed to not know this was not shot. And
Grok can't get things right.
yeah, look, but we're talking about very, very different engines. We're talking, I mean, these are what the type of AI you're working in, and the type of AI that this generative filmmaking stuff is in, that is this higher end stuff. This is a whole other level of generative video that's happening. And I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting time, and we've been using computer generated imagery for a very long time. The big argument with this, of course, is that now it's computer generated imagery that doesn't have necessarily artistry behind it, right? It doesn't have an artist who's sitting there and painting something out or doing something, physically by hand and spending hours and hours. It's got, but I will argue this, as I think that there's a couple of things to consider. I think one, there's an argument for allowing yourself to at least learn about these tools or these things or whatever you want to call them, even if you go, I don't want this, I don't need this, I don't want to have any part of it, to just know why you really don't want to have a part of it. And then there's another part of it to understand how maybe if you can utilize it, that you could utilize these things. I mean, obviously you're utilizing AI. I'm utilizing AI, not in any huge, big way, but definitely.
I try to make videos of myself as Indiana Jones, and it can't even get a bullwhip right.
Yeah.
Like it'll show me carrying a bullwhip,
but
and
you're
the bullwhip
only using
will have,
Grok.
I'm using Grok.
Yeah. There are a lot of LLMs. For those of you who don't know, that's large language models.
Large language models.
Yeah.
Large language models.
There are a lot of them out there.
Not to be confused with
I'm just
This is going to be
let
super
this. Yeah,
dumb.
I'm just gonna let.
Yeah. I almost don't want to hear it.
It's so dumb. large language models.
Large language models is the not funny line. Not to be confused with. I'll fill in this part. Get to the part, the LLM part.
Large mouth bass.
Yeah, that's not even close. Doesn't make any sense. Large mouth bass.
Not funny.
Yeah. Right.
If I could say it with a straight face, it'd have been mildly funny. Large
Anyway,
language models, not to be
there's-
confused with large mouth bass. See, still.
So what we've learned is Sean works for Cyberdyne. What else you got about the quiz?
We started.
I just want to say I think that it's important that we have conversations about it, and that we do find ways to it is continuing to get implemented. Is there a way to ethically implement these things? I mean, there's no question that jobs are being lost and things like that. There is this shift in the technology. The woman behind Tilly Norwood continues to come out and say that this doesn't change that regular filmmaking still matters, that there should be a space for both. And I think this kind of goes back to obviously a very different comparative because it's much bigger and it has bigger implications, but when the Red camera came on the scene, people were pissed off about digital cameras. I mean, I saw one of the earliest films that was shot in HD and projected. It didn't look particularly great, but it was okay, and you could see where it was headed. And then, what was it, like maybe 7 or 8 years later, we had really good digital cinema, and that changed everything in terms of how movies were made, because now we were mostly making, and we still do, we're mostly making digital cinema. We're not mostly making the Odyssey, on 70 millimeter. So that technology changed things, and there were people that lost jobs because of that technology shift. Not as many, and that's of course the problem. So I don't know. It's an interesting time, and it's an interesting time in storytelling. Oh, what I was going to say though is this. To your point, Justin, there's big gotchas with AI. And the biggest gotcha is that people think you don't need humans. Because I've been working in some generative video stuff with a business partner on that. And we're looking at some things. This is more for businesses, literally, not for motion picture storytelling. And the one thing that I see when people do prompts and they're trying to create stuff that looks good or looks natural, or it's got a character and it's got some dialogue or whatever, or you're using avatars to do these things. A lot of times what ends up happening is people just type it in and they hit generate and it does it, and then it sounds like crap. And it sounds like crap because half the time the people that are doing it aren't people like us. They aren't filmmakers, and they aren't actors, and they aren't people who understand rhythm and timing and all of this stuff. Because even if you go in and you do a generative video, I've done generative videos and generative voiceover stuff. And every time you can't just type it in and go, okay, that's it. It's great. Right. Like, I mean, I did something for a client where I had to do a generative voiceover thing, and I had to generate it multiple times, just like doing multiple takes. And I ended up having to edit it for sort of rhythm and timing and, whatever. And it's very similar to what you would get with, of course, obviously having a performer. Not the same, because I can't just direct it. I can't just say, can you give me, but you can kind of direct it with prompts and whatever, so is it the same? It's not the same.
It's kind of gross, but
yeah. I mean, I agree. It's like dirty,
but less
right?
gross.
Less gross.
No, but I mean,
here's my question.
It is dirty in some ways, but in other ways, look, there's so much being affected right now on every level, not just people losing jobs, but all levels are getting adjusted and budgets are getting adjusted. And so how do you compete with what's happening, especially when you have younger people who are adopting AI blindly.
Younger people are making obsession in back rooms, and that's the kind of people I'll get behind.
Right.
Yeah, that's true too.
I mean,
yeah.
going back to AI, though, here's my question, though, for you. If AI takes all of our jobs, who is going to argue with people in the comments section of any given thing if it's all AI?
Doesn't matter. Just be AI bots arguing with each other.
Just trolling people? All right, fair enough.
We've seen Superman. It's going to be a bunch of monkeys in a
Yeah, that's true.
I think the thing that sometimes I have these moments where I kind of look at it and I just go, I'm not concerned about it. Partially because it's just it's not human. People keep trying to anthropomorphize it and like, oh, these bots are talking to the other bots and da-da-da. It's just data. And it's just all AI does is recognize patterns and then put those patterns together to create a new pattern that's sort of similar to the other pattern.
Yeah.
That's why you can use it in visual effects, or you can use it in, what it's just literally looking for a pattern, and that's the little game that it plays. It's and then that's the thing, right? So there's nothing original about it, right? To your point, Paul. Like there's nothing original about it, but the people who are utilizing it to maybe do some creative things, because now there's I think LA has its very first AI art gallery. There's somewhere in LA that's like the very first one of that. And, they're getting, of course, getting some backlash, but then there's other people that are like, look, this is how we're utilizing this, right? To do something. I mean, it's similar to there's an AI platform where you can kind of, I don't know, let's say you have an idea for a song and you can sing the notes of the song, and then you can use this platform to go, okay, these notes are actually supposed to be a piano and I want this to be a chord, so you go through and you sing. So if you're someone who doesn't play an instrument, suddenly you're kind of creating this song. Now you're still creating it, right? You're still singing that song and humming along and whatever, but you're not playing the instrument.
Just keeps getting grosser.
Yeah.
I mean,
Who's ready for a quiz?
Let's do a quiz. Let's do a quiz.
All our
Anyway,
listeners do.
I'll cut all that out.
Spider-Man No Way Home quiz. All right. This is a little quiz I call Spider-Man villain or prescription medication.
Okay.
I'm going to say a name. You're going to tell me, is that a Spider-Man villain or is that prescription medication? All right.
All right.
We'll start easy. Electro.
Norman Osborn. Oh, yeah.
Electro.
That's a Spider-Man villain, Justin.
Yeah.
It's a Spider-Man villain. Ding, ding, ding. Crestor.
Wait. Is this going to be a quiz that I could be good at?
Yes.
And so maybe we should buzz in.
Oh,
you wanna-
yes.
you
Yeah.
wanna-
Okay.
Go head to head.
Yes.
I think we should
Okay.
buzz in.
You know what?
All right.
This is what I've prepared is the perfect thing to go head to head.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't read comics, so-
I think we should go back to the Spider-Man. The
Thwip.
yeah.
Thwip?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Here we
Yeah, I
go.
don't
All
read
right.
comics,
All right.
so you could
Okay.
very well win you.
All right. Excellent. Sean, to you specifically, give him head. That's what I'm saying.
I don't understand.
No, we're going head.
Did you say?
happening?
Oh,
We're
give
going
me
head
head.
to head.
I see.
Oh.
Right. So
is that what you would say?
Not even any less disturbing.
Did you see He-Man?
No. Did
No.
you?
They actually said that in He-Man, and it was hilarious. I did see He-Man. It's fun. It's a boatload of fun.
Is it better than the Dolph Lundgren one?
Yes.
Well, then
Dolph
I'm gonna
Lundgren
go
was
see it.
And you know what's crazy about it is that our boy Jared Leto, yeah, I didn't mind him at all in this film.
Oh.
He's
Can't-
wacky
that's
and
the
he's
best review
goofy
he can
and
get.
he's, I mean, really.
Can't see his face at all, and his
Can't see
voice
his face
is
at
completely
all. His
affected.
voice
I'm
is
joking.
altered. But you can tell the guy's having a fun time and he's making his weird choices and it's totally fine because he's Skeletor.
Yeah.
Like, no, this movie's a lot of fun, actually. Yeah. All right. Enough about that. Okay. So, Electro.
We got that.
We
Okay.
gave that to both of you.
Yeah,
Both of you
yeah.
are on the board.
All right.
Crestor. Sean.
Prescription.
That is correct. All right. You're going to have to keep track of your own points.
All right. Oh shit. Hold on. Let me
Sean has to write everything down.
everything down.
I have I have zero. I have one.
You have one.
You have 1 point.
You both got Electro.
Oh, I thought that was the example. Okay.
All right. So
No, but it was really easy.
Paul has 1. I have 2.
All right. Voltaren. Sean.
Prescription.
Correct. Do you take Voltaren? No. Because you knew that, and you were like, yeah, I got this one.
I grew up in a medical family.
Oh, that's why it's going to be so good. Okay. Morbius. Sean.
The other one. Not prescription, but bad guy or whatever.
Villain.
Yeah.
Isn't he a hero? I don't know. Okay.
He's a villain. Unless
Did I get
Jared
it?
Leto. Yes, you got it. That's correct.
See, look at this.
All right. Tough one coming at you.
Paul, what's going on over there?
I don't know this.
Chantix. Sean.
Prescription.
Yeah, that's a prescription.
It is. Yes, it is.
I have heard that one.
You guys are good. All right, we're going to change it up. Here we go. We will keep going head to head, though. All right. This portion is called
Partion. This Partion.
I was talking to my friend just the other day, my Irish cousin. He said, "Would you like to know the secret to Irish chili?" And I said, "Well, yes, I would."
It's largemouth.
He said, "It's largemouth bass." The secret to Irish chili is 239 beans. And I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because one more bean would be too farty."
So they put that a mile away.
Did you see that?
I didn't, and I loved it. I thought that was the best. You should do that one on Monday. Just record it. Can you please record it?
I told that to my children, and they said, "That's the best joke you've ever told, Dad."
Wow.
They now repeat it to people.
That's
All
awesome.
right. This one portion of the Spider-Man
I
quiz.
demand you tell them more jokes.
Oh, you just wait. This is called In the Comics or Just Convenient.
Oh, wait, we switched categories?
We are switching
Damn it, I thought we were
categories.
just going to stay with that.
Oh.
All right.
Okay.
In the comics or in
the comics or just convenient?
or just convenient? Okay.
Okay. These are things that are in Peter Parker's suit or utility belt. Okay? All right. In the comics or just convenient? As in, it actually made an appearance in the comics, or wouldn't that be convenient? For example, if I were to say, we'll say something dumb. A cup holder. Does he have a cup holder in his suit? Is that in the comics, or would that just be convenient?
That would just be convenient.
That would be just convenient.
That is correct. All right. So here we go. Number 1. Built-in phone charger. Is that in the comics, or is that just convenient? Sean.
Convenient.
That is just convenient. Sean gets another one. We have to wait for Sean to type. A web parachute. In the comics, or just convenient?
Thwip. In the comics.
It is in the comics. Paul's back on the board. We're referring to the comics. Comics. Built-in GPS navigation. In the comics, or just convenient? Sean.
Convenient.
It is just convenient. That's right. That's not a Tony Stark thing.
Mainly just because you made that such.
Because I knew after last week, I'm like,
guys, I'm just gonna hold
No.
up this sign here for a little while, just in case you guys get lost.
this time I'm like, I had to look up where everything was because I'm like, Sean's going to be like, oh, well, you know, I want to know what issue that was
That's
from.
your Sean?
Why does my voice now sound more and more like George Lucas?
Snack compartment in the comics or convenient?
Thwip. That's convenient.
Well, that is convenient. All right. And electric web in the comics or just convenient?
Ooh.
Thwip.
Paul.
Just convenient.
No, that's actually in the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this was a hard one, you know. Spider-Man comics have been going since 1960
What do we say?
something.
Yeah, we should know that. but we don't.
1960 something.
69 maybe?
All right. I'm going to cut to. I had another section, but we're doing pretty well. So I'm going to cut to the final section.
We are doing very well. This is only a 2.5 hour show.
Yeah,
so-
exactly. All right. This is our final one, and I have been looking forward to this since I came up with this idea a week ago. I was like, this is going to be fun. I'm appreciating this. No one's going to like this as much as me. This is called Can You Finish the Spider Pun? So I'm going to give you a line Both of you get to come up with your pun answer.
All right.
I will be the judge of who gets it.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Oh, so we don't have to thwip in.
You don't have to thwip in.
Okay.
I want to hear it from
You're going
both
to
of
hear
you.
from both of us.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Why did Spider-Man become a drug dealer? Why did Spider-Man become a drug dealer? I want you to come up with your own pun. I've got one. See if yours is funnier than mine. Why did Spider-Man become a drug dealer?
Why did Spider-Man? Why did
Anything?
why did Spider-Man become a drug dealer? Because he was just done hanging around.
I'll take that. Your submission, Paul?
He was a hero and he needed a heroine.
I gotta tell you,
he's gotta win that
that's
one.
better than mine. I was
Oh.
gonna say because he loves Mary Jane.
Hey, that's good.
That's right. But I
good.
loved he was a
Wait,
hero.
are you
but he
playing
needed-
this one too?
No, but I wanted to give you mine just because if yours were terrible.
No,
I
I
was
give
gonna.
your.
I'm
give
giving
Justin
Paul
a
that point because that was just
No,
way,
that was
very-
absolutely
that was
all
very
right.
Oh,
good.
it was?
Yeah.
What is Spider-Man's favorite amusement park ride? I really appreciate
What is
that, Harry.
Spider-Man's favorite amusement park ride? Big Thunder Mountain.
What the fuck? Just because. Just because who doesn't love that ride?
got a big laugh.
The scriptwriter received no points. The performer is ranked as heroic. What is Spider-Man's favorite amusement park ride? We now go to Paul Preston.
Yes. Rise of the Arachnid. I got nothing.
I like that.
That's not a pun.
That's not a pun.
That's a nothing.
I had any ride that spins.
All right, Justin loses a point.
All right, how about this? Let's go for something easy. Why did Spider-Man become a computer programmer?
Why did Spider-Man become
Okay,
a computer programmer?
He wanted to be on the World Wide Web.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Yeah.
You got anything?
He wanted to be on the World Wide Web.
Oh, point to Sean. All right. Why did Spider-Man go to the baseball game?
Why did Spider-Man go to the baseball game? To get a swing and a miss.
Okay. And Sean?
See the swing.
Paul? Rise of the Arachnid.
There's too much. There's too much. I'm going through all 32 teams, in the MLB. It's like this is taking a second. I'm afraid we're losing the audience. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What do you got?
So he could catch some flies. All right. Finally,
Oh, thank God.
why did Spider-Man open a bakery?
Why did Spider-Man open a bakery? We're going to be here till tomorrow.
Mine's a bit of a stretch. I shouldn't have done this one last.
Why did Spider-Man open a bakery? Because his spider sense was tingling when he smelled cookies. I have no idea how any of this correlates to Spider-Man, even a little bit. So I have no idea.
Paul?
And I'm not Joe Games today, I guess.
Because he had the best sticky buns.
He doesn't shoot spider webs out of anywhere but where he's supposed to.
That was Spider-Man No Way Home Quiz.
You're looking at me to join in as if I know what you're singing at all.
John just looked at me like, why are we still doing this? Why? Let's just go home.
Oh
It's
my
over.
God, that was awesome.
Go on. Go home. It's over.
Go on.
That's it. That's all I got.
Ferris Bueller. All right, well, I want to end on this quote. This is from Variety. No Way Home is a superhero movie that understands the history of its own genre. It uses nostalgia not as a cheap trick, but as a tool to deliver real stakes and consequence.
True.
I think that's a great way to sum up
Stakes,
why.
real stakes, real consequences,
Yeah.
and real rewards.
Yeah.
I just go back to, if I can pick 3 moments in that entire film, just the moments that I loved absolutely the most, it's the Andrew Garfield saving MJ.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
yeah.
number 1.
Oh, yeah.
That is
Oh, yeah.
number 1, and it's not his film.
Yeah.
But that's a 15-year payoff.
Yeah.
10-year payoff.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's awesome. I mean, I think it's safe to say that we love this movie. Oh, we should before we go.
do need to rank
We
them.
need to rank them
Yes.
because you always say that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
go ahead. You go first, Justin.
This is hard because it's a near perfect film.
By the way, I just want to say that I asked my son to rank them, and he had such a hard time. He had to do it backwards. He had to do like
to go
word,
like
like
the
he was
worst?
like, yeah, it was like he was like,
well,
okay.
Spider-Man 3 is just terrible.
He was on board with that.
Yeah,
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 he's
yeah,
on
yeah.
board with that. So anyway, go on.
Okay, it's tough. Time will tell on this one. If this is not my number 1 or tied for number 1, it's my number 2. But it would be so close. Only time will tell. This is just such a great film. It's so well done, and it hits on so many things. And I didn't have a single problem with anything in the film. I absolutely loved it. So maybe tied for number 1 with Spider-Man 2. Probably Homecoming would be my number 2, or technically my number 3 if I have 2 at number 1.
This is so much math right out of the
Yeah, it is. So 2 and No Way Home, and then I'm gonna put Spider-Man 1 and Homecoming tied. It's number 2, so I've got 4 in my top 2. I told you this happens. I'm just gonna rank them all tied at number 1, with the exception of then I'm gonna put 2 at like number 8, and that'll be Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. I would say No Way Home, Spider-Man 2 tied for number 1. Tied for number 2 is Spider-Man and Homecoming. Number 3 would be Amazing Spider-Man. Yeah, I'd put Amazing Spider-Man, I think, before Far From Home, and then Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3.
Good. Paul?
I can do that same ranking from the bottom down, but the top, I will separate the ties.
Yeah.
I think it's Far From Home, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man, and then what you said, The Amazing Spider-Man, Far From Home, Amazing Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track once you get.
So you're liking these over the Tobey Maguires altogether. I mean, these two.
Not altogether, yeah.
Yeah.
Far From Home is
Far From Home and
flaws than
Homecoming.
Spider-Man 2 and,
Yeah.
and the original.
It's funny because I've stayed consistent in loving Spider-Man as my top, but this movie certainly. I keep playing the moment of all 3 of them jumping around
Yeah.
in my head. Though when they come around that and
The moon
it's
shot.
just so, yeah, it's just so amazing. Amazing Spider-Man. And it's just yeah. But I always feel like I have to honor like the original, like none of that would happen without the others. So I'm just going to, just for the sake of not having a tie, I'm going to say Spider-Man as my number 1, No Way Home as number 2. Ooh, I think Homecoming as my number 3, Spider-Man 2, Far From Home, Amazing Spider-Man. What do I have left?
Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man 3. Oh, no. Amazing Spider-Man 2 and then Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whew, that was rough. But I have to be honest. Even Spider-Man 3.
There are also
has a
8,
lot
but
of
it's fine.
lot of problems. Good
Total,
point.
there will be 9.
There
Yeah.
will be 9.
Even Spider-Man 3. I think all of the Spider-Man films are enjoyable on some level. Even
You're not wrong.
right? Like even Spider-Man 3, I go, do I hate that movie? Like, do I look at that movie and go, that's a terrible film? I mean, back to your friend who always says like, well, did you like the other stuff? And they're like, you don't like Jar Jar Binks, but you like all the like, right? Like, like I think that's always a fair argument, really. Like, there's so much in Spider-Man 3 that really is good. I think there's a lot in Spider-Man Amazing Spider-Man. That's really good. So I really do think Spider-Man is. I think he's the greatest superhero ever. All right. Well, you can find us on the socials. If you can't find us there, go to thecountdownmovieshow.com. That'll take you to our YouTube page. In the meantime, I'm Sean Blodgett from Creative Motion Entertainment.
Paul Preston of the Movie Guys.
And Justin Bowler of The World.
All right. We'll be back with our final episode in this after we've seen not a brand new day, but brand new day,
Brand new home.
brand new home, brand new Home Depot. So we'll chat about that. That's going to be fun. And
if you have suggestions on what we should do next for what's coming out, hey, feel free to call the call the hotline.
You've gotten into a sentence you can't get out of, haven't you?
bye, everybody.
Call the hotline.